Tu. Que se me ha olvidado poner el volumen. Saluda a Doña Gusta, saluda a Alejandro Zúñiga, saluda a Camilo, saluda a Tomás Godoy. Porque ya no subes LOL. Hice un vídeo sobre eso hace meses ya. Suerte en tu debut, Black, saludos. Sí, veremos el partido en directo. Ya que andan diciendo que eres comunista. ¿Me ves cara de expropiar cosas? Hola, Fabimi. Show your Harit, qué cabrón. ¿Aún te hablas con Maca? Sí, claro. Humildes saludando. Como siempre. Siempre ha sido tan bueno los MOBAs. Nah. Quiero decir, ha sido con el tiempo. Yo cuando empecé el LOL, las cosas como son. En LOL yo al principio era bastante malo. Pero bueno. Tampoco conocía el género MOBA de antes, así que todo es ir aprendiendo. Pero bueno, no me considero tampoco tan bueno. Diablo, el best player. Hay que limpiarse los deditos siempre antes de actuar. ¿El Pokémon Unite lo probaste? No mucho. Pero no me convence. O sea, para yo jugarlo y reír y tal, no. O sea, yo de pequeño disfrutaba mucho Pokémon, pero ya Pokémon en forma de MOBA no me convence demasiado. Gambare, gambare. Bueno. Estoy jodido. Su puta madre. ¿Qué hace el Bane aquí, tú? Está aquí súper cara polla, espera. Qué mala es la puta milla, tío. Dios, me he metido la ulti. Pensaba que la había gastado ya. Nada, la hemos liado. Hemos troleado ahí. Des estará en el equipo. No, Des no puede. No puedes jugar en 2 ligas. Como jugador no puedes estar en 2 ligas a la vez. Es como fuck a la derecha fucking café. Lo hicieron bien en el Nav ayer. Nada, muchas gracias. Ay, Dios mío. Madre mía, no tenemos línea de experiencia. A ver, creo que luego podremos ganar la partida, pero va a estar muy difícil. Ayer ayudaste en el draft. No, no es mi trabajo el draft. Mi trabajo es análisis puro y duro. Yo puedo hacer recomendaciones, pero yo no tomo decisiones, ¿sabes? O sea, yo hago un análisis y yo te puedo decir esto, esto y esto, pero quien se encarga de tomar las decisiones es el coach. No sé si entendéis lo que quiero decir. O sea, yo te hago un informe de análisis en un PDF, pero... Y le puedo dar recomendaciones al coach, pero el que toma la decisión es el coach. Jodas. Bueno, hemos sacado el Lord por lo menos. Hostia, un saludito, Josué, ¿qué tal? Quedamos 3-1. Hostia, qué bien, felicidades, Josué. ¿Has jugado Reign of Valor? Sí, lo dije ayer, sí, sí. Hostia, ¿quién es que es? ¡Pero matadla, hostia! Vale, vale. ¿A cuántos FPS vas, Black? Supongo que al máximo. Creo que voy a 60. A ver. Mierda, me mata. Hijo de puta. Buena. La verdadera. Pues sí. Qué cabrón. Otra vez, tío. ¿Pero qué hace? ¡Dios mío! ¡De verdad, tío! ¡Gilipollas la Lilia esta de mierda! Ay, Dios mío. No, paso, le voy a silenciar. Es que son gilipollas todos estos, de verdad. Es que de verdad, gilipollas la Lilia. Nada, ya vamos a perder la partida. Ahora se va a suicidar la milla. Muy bien. Nada, ya hemos perdido la partida. Gracias a la puta milla de mierda y al otro subnormal. Vete de ahí, que viene un lord, vete. Vete de ahí. No matan a nadie. Nada, que se entretengan con la basura esa. ¡Vete! ¡Que te matan! Dios. Todos los que jugamos Lancelot nos gusta el nabo. Hijo de puta el Franco. No, fuera, no van a poder terminar ahí. Menos mal que el Hush at least es ahí otro lado. Sodo y Toushura. A ver, es el primer mensaje que me he encontrado ahí. Pues han perdido una inhibidora. No son muy listos, la verdad. Me jodería perder ya contra esta gente. Ya, es que Minotauro es muy grande. No, fuera, que te van a matar, Milla. Por fin. Juegas con el zombie a veces. De España, la Lilia. La Lilia. La Lilia, Timothy, de España. 52 de win rate. El Timothy. La Lilia, TikToker. No, si ya se veía venir la baja inteligencia. 41 de win rate, Valentina. 47 Lunox. Lilia 55 de win rate. No, si ya se ve. Aquí al TikToker. Lo que pasa cuando los tiktokers se ponen a jugar Mobile Legends. Mejor mándamela por Telegram si puedes. Mejor por Telegram si puedes. Me va a tocar el tirador. Bueno, vamos a ver.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. Ultras deployed.
¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos crees que tengo? Si quieres que algo salga bien, hazlo tú mismo. Se ha gastado la ulti y todo, el cabrón. Pero hijo puta, no me quites la kill. Pero hijo puta, tío, otra vez me quita la kill. ¿Pero qué le pasa a este conmigo? Joder.
An ally has slain the turtle.
仕事を受けるぜ。報酬を用意してやるぞ。どうだ、こいつらをちゃんと見張っててくれ。
Buen KS. Ahora un juego contrario 77, sí. Me puse la llave. ¡14-1! Ya, pero es que ahora estamos jugando de trío, que es distinto. Espera, dame un segundo. Ahora sí. Uf, menos mal que tiene el Wind Talker. Hijo de puta. Pues nada. GG. Pues supongo que perdemos. No, vamos a perder la partida. No entiendo por qué nos ponemos a pelear en vez de hacerlo.
仕事を受けるぜ。報酬を用意してくれればな。
Initiate retreat.
もっと見せて。わお、これはすごい値打ちがあるぜ。
Our turret is under attack. Turret has been destroyed. Initiate retreat.
様子見なってそろそろ返してみようかな。やるぞソロ。
Launch attack. Bolt is not ready.
Pues creo que me voy a hacer es un meteoro. Correrá una Atenea.
Dodo、こいつらをちゃんと見張っててくれ。
Initiate retreat.
俺とドドはいつでも仕事を受けるぜ。報酬を用意してくれればな。
Killing spree.
しだ。
¡Me cago en la puta! Dios, menos mal. ¡Joder! Y era el otro, tío. ¿Pero cómo sabe que estoy ahí? Su puta madre. Nada, nada, menos mal. Terminan los minions. Hijo de puta el Xavier. ¿Cómo me ha pillado? Bueno, da igual, ganamos. La canción de fondo se llama Devil. Cambio de ángulo de cámara le he dado poderes. No es cambio de ángulo, es cambio de... He cambiado de setup. Desde que sales en Mítico Mortal salen trolls, no. Desde que estoy en Mítico Mortal estoy jugando con gente. ¿Sabéis que estos son patatas de lentejas, por cierto? Esto de aquí son patatas de lenteja. Pero están buenísimas, os lo juro. Son patatas de queso y lenteja. Y están buenísimas. Y son muy sanas. ¿Qué significa exquisito? Que te gusta comer pito. El top 1 tiene 2690 estrellas. Hombre, esto es una cuenta compartida, cabrón. Por cierto, chicos, el partido que jugaremos luego lo veremos aquí en el canal, ¿vale? Haremos watch party. Dios mío. Puedes mandar saludos a mi primito enfermo que se llama... No me la vas a colar. El verga larga. Ya lo he pillado, ¡Ah, hostia! Espérate. Coño. Que se me ha olvidado que tenía la pantalla congelada. Se me ha olvidado. Esta mierda. Ya, perdona, se me olvidó.
10年の階級が俺を変えてしまった。
Hostia, no había caído que estaba abierta la flooring, joder.
この刀は全てを引き裂く。
光はいつか闇に飲み込まれる。
行くぞドド、ショータイムだ。
僕こそがズラさんの伝説。
危機を前にやっと俺を思い出した。
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed! Initiate retreat! Initiate retreat! Initiate retreat!
Se está mudando. ¿Cómo que me estoy mudando? ¿Quién ha dicho eso? Vale, va por ahí. Últimamente también soy main Kufra desde la beta. Todos los que dicen que son main Kufra desde la beta no son main Kufra desde la beta. Eso es una lección de vida importante que aprendí cuando estuve en Indonesia, aprendiendo con los mejores. ¿Y esa entrada? ¿Esa entrada la haría un main Kufra desde la beta, sí o no? Pregunto. Aquí voy. Kiboy me llama. Se le ha intentado hacer predict, pero no podía. Le intenté hacer predict a la fascia, pero bueno. Está ok. El loco los pantalones. Qué buen salto del tigre, Black. Si supieras cómo hago el salto del tigre en la vida real. Main Nolan. Hombre, Nolan parece un héroe bastante fácil de jugar, la verdad. No, estoy jugando Trio Q. Mi abuelo solía decir, usa Franco o Kufra y vencerás. Tu abuelo era un hombre sabio. ¿A qué hora es el partido de tu equipo? En una hora o así. Black, ¿tienes servidor avanzado? No. ¿En qué canal? Lo vamos a ver aquí mismo.
私にご命令を。
我が向かうとも敵なし。烈火のごとく俺様の闘志はもう
私のフラッシュビートを聞かせてあげるよ。スナイパー準備完了。命令を。この広い世界が緑と希望で満たされますように。
Vamos. No eran ya está en el servidor avanzado, sí, pero hace ya tiempo está en el servidor avanzado. Una Laila. No, 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 voy a hacer... No os preocupéis, vamos a hacer watch party. Así que no os preocupéis por eso. ¿Y cómo es la vida de un analista? Te levantas por la mañana, te tomas un café, te jalas el ganso para ir asimilando el estrés, te pones a estudiar equipos, te vas al gimnasio, vuelves, comes, sigues trabajando, te vuelves a jalar el ganso para mantener el estrés. Vas por la noche, entregas tus análisis, te vas a un partido, lo juegas y te jalas el ganso después del partido para asimilar el estrés. Sí, lo vamos a hacer aquí en el canal porque por lo que he visto no hay problemas para hacer watch party. Voy a ayudar a este que si no me lo matan. Madre mía.
私たちの力を必要としている場所に行こう。お仕置きよ。みんなにあなたの力を見せるのよ。一人で戦っているわけではないわ。お仕置きよ。
Ah, yo estoy muerto. Vale. Ese parece mi vida, pero quitándolo a analizar. Quién sabe, a lo mejor tenéis un analista dentro de vosotros. Joder, están muertísimos, tío. Black guardaespaldas de Melee. Tendría que ir a la velada del año. Eso es imposible, estáis locos. Hostia, el tirador va 0-5, tú.
明日に咲くすべての花へ。
Puto coche de mierda.
Your team destroyed a turret.
¿Viste One Piece? La serie, la verdad, me sorprendió por ser el principio del anime viejo. Ah, ¿te refieres a lo de Netflix? No me lo he visto todavía. Yo estoy por el arco de Wano. En el anime original. O sea, en el anime original. Ahora mismo estoy muy entretenido con el anime original. Hostia puta el coche. No lo vi.
Launch attack. Your team destroyed a turret. Enemy one. An enemy has been slain. Killing spree. Mega kill. An enemy has been slain.
奇跡を起こす可能性を秘めているわ。私たちの力を必要としている場所に
Ally has slain. You have slain an enemy.
世界を探求するってとっても
Team destroyed a turret. Team destroyed a turret. Your team destroyed a turret.
Pero mátalo.
An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain.
一人で戦っているわけではないわ。
Launch attack.
Jodas, ¿en serio? ¿En serio me han venido con el coche para matarme a mí? Que habrá sido del mantecoso del mantequilla del Oscar. Bueno, Oscar estará ocupado, tenía sus cosillas. Y el mantequilla, pues no sé. Mantequilla, I don't know. O sea, sí sé, pero... Sí sé, pero no comentaré. Y mantecoso, ni idea. Estará oculto entre nosotros, supongo.
Request backup.
Todos desaparecieron después de elecciones de Argentina, ¿eh?
数の選択肢から成り立っている
Están todos escondidos por ahí.
私の友達が教えてくれたわ。この世界は
Descubrieron su mafia de regalar subs.
ここもオアシスに変えよう。そばにいてくれてありがとう。
Destroyed a turret. Team destroyed a turret.
Joder, nos han molado los dos. Hola de nuevo, un solito dis. Ya vi la miniatura, ¿vale? Ya vi la miniatura, dis. Muchísimas gracias, mañana la aplico.
緑が希望の色。お花をどうぞ。種をまいたらここだっていつの日か美しい花畑になるわ。
Gather up the Lord.
一人で戦っているわけではないわ。私たちの力を必要としている場所に行こう。
Joder, qué pesadilla este, tú. ¿Qué va? ¿Full daño o qué? Tú verás. Ah. Me han vaqueado.
今日はなんて美しい日なの。いい日になるわね。お花をどうぞ。冬、いつもそばにいてくれてありがとう。
Initiate retreat.
一つ一つの花が小さな種の夢が叶った姿なのよ。種をまいたらここだっていつの日か美しい花畑になるわ。お花をどうぞ。
Ah, se nos está complicando mucho esto, ¿eh? ¿En qué tip de la Nact estás, Avalon? No, la ADC es malísimo. La ADC va 2-13, tú.
Our turret is under attack.
冬みんなにあなたの力を見せるのよ。
An enemy has been slain.
運命は無数の選択肢から成り立っているって私の友達が教えてくれたよ。
Joder. Su puta madre. Pues nada, no vamos a poder cerrar ahora. Bueno. Cecilion, bueno, más o menos.
Enemy missing. Initiate retreat.
明日に咲くすべての花へ。
Ally has been slain. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat. Launch attack.
自然は厳しいけれどみんなのことを愛しているのよ。
Request attack the Lord.
一人で戦っているわけではないわ。 お仕置きよ。今日はなんて美しい日なの。明日もいい日になるわね。
Initiate retreat.
¿Qué hace este? Ay, Dios mío.
い
Toma por culo. Es que esta Benedetta es top global. Solo da Suji, Hideto. $3.16 el Moscú.
I'm coming closer. I will catch you.
Ah.
It goes.
Vale. Vale, tengo creo que tiempo para una más.
Are you scared? I am you.
Tengo tiempo para una más antes de empezar el partido. Fucking croissant con café. Fucking croissant. Voy a quedar el ganso mientras. Hostia, espérate un segundo. Espérate.
広い世界が緑と希望で満たされますように。
俺の価値に気づいたか。いい判断だ。
我は海を司る者なり。
Espera un segundillo.
愛と希望が一番偉大なる発明なのです。
烈火のごとく俺様の闘志は燃えている。
生きるとは死神を
Hostia. Espérate un segundillo.
10年の歓喜が俺を変えてしまった。正義を執行する。
Esto
の
mismo.
力に恐れおののけ。
人は誰しも胸の内に情熱を秘めています。
Son el primer VS de la Nact.
逆転のチャンスが必ずある。それがサッカーの魅力だ。
Hostia, el mantequilla está aquí entre nosotros. No sabía yo eso. Hostia, qué grande el mantequilla,
千年の痛みも憎しみもこれで終わらせる。
さあさあ、商売商売、勉強なんてクソくらいで。
Hostia, es que me ha llegado una cosa al móvil y digo yo... Es que, no, es que me ha llegado un ingreso de dinero al móvil y yo como... Espérate, este nombre me suena. Evidentemente nunca he dicho el nombre real de Mantequilla. Y luego cuando me meto el WhatsApp hablo con él. ¿Mantequilla sí o tú? Hostia.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. 5 seconds till
Espérate un segundo, ahora sigo respondiendo.
smash them. Monsters deployed.
No, claro, es que me ha llegado en plan un de estos de te ha llegado dinero al móvil y yo como, espérate. Esto me suena. Y claro, yo directo y le he dicho, oye. Y claro, le he hablado directamente a la Mantequilla y he dicho, hostia, tú. ¿Creen que a los gringos les molesta ese canal? No, si yo voy a estar haciendo el watch party aquí. Son el primer VS de la Nact de hoy. Sí, somos el primero. De hecho, debemos estar ya casi empezando. yo también.
Ult is not ready. Ult is not ready. Battle fell into shadow. Launch attack. Get vision for me. Not ready. Your team destroyed a turret. Killing spree. Request your team destroyed a turret. Mega kill. Request backup.
Joder, vaya ultimate.
Your team destroyed a turret. Initiate.
星々の光に鍛え上げられたのだ。決めろ。
Launch attack.
Ya gastó los 6000 diamantes. No, estaba tan centrado en las partidas que se me ha olvidado.
覚悟を決めろ。
オッケー。
俺様の鎧を打ち砕けるか。覚悟を決めろ。覚悟を決めろ。
Estás en racha, Tito. Sí. Aunque a ver si conseguimos expandir la racha al partido que tenemos ya mismo. Que debería de quedar poco. Creo, vaya. Ha fallado. Está.
Victory!
¿Podrías proporcionarme tu Discord para enviarme tu información de tu encuentro en el server de Nact? Espérate, dame un segundito. Dame un segundillo. Ok, un segundito. Ok, un segundo, espera. Voy a comprobar. Pero yo hoy no juego, o sea, yo solamente voy a ver el partido y tal. Un segundito, dame un segundito. Ok, vale, vale. Pues no sé, me ha dicho... no sé, me ha dicho mi manager que no tengo que darme información ni nada, no sé. O sea, no sé, si no ya hablarlo con el manager de mi equipo, pero por lo pronto... Por lo pronto me ha dicho mi manager que yo no tengo que recibir nada. Sí, vamos a esperar a ver si empieza... Vamos a esperar a ver si empieza... el partido. O sea, no sé si es real o no, pero vaya, que me ha dicho mi manager que no tengo que recibir nada. Gasta los diamantes. Ah. ¿Por qué no te haces jugador profesional el nivel que lo tienes? Nah, no tengo el nivel, bajo mi punto de vista. Van a demostrar que no te ven los partidos al fin. Espera, déjame un segundito. Vamos a ver cómo va. Vale, ya voy a retransmitir el partido. Espérate. Voy a cambiar ya. Ok, dadme un segundillo, voy a cambiar ya. Ya ha empezado, ya está más o menos empezando el partido. Vale. Tu.
Being tossed onto the board, it really feels like both teams have done their homework and they know exactly what they want, and it's very clear cut. And you talked about the Lilia. Lilia did receive a nerf in the early game. They took away the ability for her to reset her orbs when she does use her black shoes, but they added almost a 40% cooldown reduction on her first skill in that late game when she does reach that level 13 and 14. So we're definitely going to see a lot of damage, maybe not in the early game, but it's definitely going to be doing quite well in the late game. But you talked about the Lancelot. I actually think that Boxia pick is quite big. It's, you know, jungle pressure, it's fast, and it's just really, really good overall right now.
Yeah, the Bosch has been a monster, especially against Poggy on this Lancelot. He's going to need to be careful. If Avalon wants to play the aggressive route and try to invade things like that, especially with the Grok, with the Valentina, and now with the Basha as well, you got a bulky, you got a dive heavy composition that
Vale, lo veis todo bien, ¿no,
put a lot of
chicos?
pressure onto DPR in this Lancelot. I'm wondering how Lilia is going to do keeping up in the laning phase, keeping up with that wave clear. Normally Lilia is a great hero for that, but like you said, there's been some nerfs, there's been some issues. There's some reasons why people aren't picking her as much. But wait, Gauss Cutie going to pick up the signature Cho here. So drafts are laid out. Another thing to point out, 2 crit marksmen in the gold lanes, no speed marksmen. We're going big burst damage here. This is the meta we've grown to, and it's definitely exciting to see.
Yeah, a lot of the new faces coming up. Erithal, especially with the Hasclaw's buff. Now everyone's been picking that up. Bruno actually enjoys that Hasclaw rework too, and I think, you know, this is going to be quite the show. Now, talk about these 2 comps. Avalon has a very front-to-back type of comp. They got 3 very strong frontliners, the Grok, the Boxia, the X-Borg, and they got the Rithel and the Valentina doing the support damage from the
Me
back.
pareció extraño que te pidan información aquí en el chat. Ya, a mí también me pareció extraño. Porque realmente yo voy a hacer un watch party solamente, o sea, yo no voy a estar... Quiero decir, o sea, yo no voy a estar ejecutando nada dentro del partido. O sea, eso es trabajo del coach. O sea, no quiero decir que no sea verídico. O sea, puede ser que si necesiten algo de información o me tengan que pasar algo. Pero el que está ahí con ellos es el coach, no estoy yo. O sea, yo ya he hecho mi trabajo y a ver qué pasa. Pero bueno, chicos, vamos a ver qué pasa en el partido.
Already good mid lane pryos coming out from both teams, looking to fast clear. There's no, you know, XP level 2 with the mage or with the roam going on. It's quite standard coming in, but Avalon
el caster es un verdadero fan de la
it
pela,
looks
neta.
like the X-Borg Victor already creating that impact.
Deme
He
un
has
carrera
that
con
fast
Valentina.
clear in his lane, and he's already rotating towards the mid side.
You know, speaking of Victor and this X-Borg, right? I'm wondering, the X-Borg is nice, but I kind of feel like it could have maybe got picked up too early. Yes, it does great at dealing with some of the bulky heroes on the side Area 77, but a lot of those bulky heroes are going to be very mobile. You have a Cho who can work his way against that first skill. You have a Paquito who can also work his way around, burst down that Fragra armor. I just think that Area 77 does have some answers to the X-Borg right now, and if they can play it right, they can make Victor not as impactful as he could be.
Yeah, and let's talk about the impactful PDR on the top side. Did try to get that gold crop, but it did get denied from Guap, so a little bit of a small gold lead already for the side of Avalon. And man, that roly-poly, the cheese wheel, like Eunice likes to call it, already on the other side of the jungle, taking care of these camps.
Yeah, and Tarzan, you can see they want to be aggressive right there. They're definitely moving in, but up in the top side, a little bit of action as well from Gauss Cutie here, keeping space for Merciless. I'm surprised there's so much action up in the CXP lane. Gold laners just kind of having their own time down here, but now with Turtle up 2 minutes in, Toinks and Tarzan gonna look to try to fight for this, but it's Demon and Victor as well. DPR trying to make his way in, gonna take a little bit of bird damage, puncture through the wall. Nice Phantom execution, maybe a little bit too early, tries to go, but Tarzan able to take that first turtle.
Buena.
DPR in a little bit of trouble. First blood is going to go over to the side of Victor there. That's Avalon taking a small lead.
Buena jugada, Victor.
Wow. Good news coming in from Avalon. Even with an assassin jungle, it still feels like Tarzan understands how to retreat, because quite honestly, when you look at Lancelot, right, that retribution on the objectives along with the first skill and with the Phantom execution, it should be a very sizable lead, maybe like a 60-40 in that objective, but Tarzan, the wild card coming in from Avalon, securing that first objective. It really tells that the experience coming out from Ghost and all the previous tournament, it all adds up, and it's been refined in this match here.
Now, I will say DPR used that Phantom Execution a little bit too early, I think, right? Like, the turtle was still like 40%, and he used it to kind of move around there, and that ended up... Wait a second, Galsky in a little bit of trouble trying to Shimpo away, but can't. Demon picks up the kill. 2-0 for Avalon, 3.5 minutes in. We're starting to see some small mistakes come from Area 77 here. They're going to need to tighten up because Avalon is going to capitalize on every single one of those.
Yeah, and with the cheese wheel coming in, it just feels like the rotations are coming in fast. Even the jungle speed is there. And Tarzan, you know, he's just making sure that he's going to be a higher level. And you can already see a sizable gold lead. You're looking at about a 1K. And
¿Cuáles son las predicciones? No hay predicciones. Las predicciones las hacéis vosotros.
Tarzan, they get a nice knock on a DPR. DPR forced to try to puncture away and use the Phantom Execution as an escape. A Demon taken out from Gal's Cutie there. So Area 77 picking up something here. Jules Cutie on the run, gonna get knocked up, taken out. Tarzan picking up the kill. Gal's Cutie under the tower now, but here comes Victor. Watch for the dive. He does have that last insanity. He's gonna get some burn off. Decides not to pop that ultimate. Head back to the lane.
Yeah, and I am, you know, a little bit cautious right now for A77. I'm a little bit worried, right? You have Tarzan 1-0-2 along with an objective.
A ver, yo creo que no. Bueno, sí diferencia de 1000 de oro solamente.
A77 every single objective, and it seems like he's
vale, está la tortuga ya colocadita.
And the tango is going to start.
I will say this, Area 77 does still have Mark Cutie, right? He's deathless.
Sí,
yes,
está hecha la tortuga.
The second turtle they lost, but the gold lead isn't escaping too much. It's about 2,000 right now. Definitely playable as long as they keep Mark Cutie in good standings. You cannot sleep on the Bruno and those balls of fire right there because those things hit hard.
Yep, and talk about hitting hard. We're reaching about this 5-minute mark. It's pretty much going to be, you know, where some of these players are going to be completing that first item in bot side. 4-man.
Mark Cutie trying to dash away, gonna get terrified under the tower. They're diving.
Vale,
Demon,
buena, buen diveo, papá.
Comes away the dragon from Demon.
Buen diveo.
Against Gal's Cutie himself. Gal's Cutie looking for one himself now, though.
Bueno, se la ha devuelto ahí.
Shots off onto the tower. Gal's Cutie gets away, dragon off onto Demon. It's 1v1, and Gal's Cutie comes out on top. Picking up the kill, it's 2-4.
Bueno, 4-2.
Still sitting
okay.
With a little less than a 2,000 gold lead.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade. Pretty well from both sides. You know, a little bit of gold coming back and forth from both of
voy leyendo, chicos.
Powerhouse's team. It's only about a 2K gold lead, so we're not looking.
¿Cuántos likes para los códigos?
Right now, but
bueno, si llegáis a ciertos likes, a lo mejor os regalo hasta una skin y todo.
To go for an attack item, he went up with that war axe, and you know, it kind of makes me a little bit worried once again, right? I felt like A77's comp, they don't have the frontline ability, and especially if PDR is going to go for some offense and physical, it might nerf, you know, Mark QT's damage because they could just build brute force. They could just go for some of these defensive items. But Tarzan, good position.
They're trying to sandwich here. They want Mark Cutie. Comes wild charge, the knock up. Mark Cutie melted down.
Buenita,
Picks up the kill.
Joder, lleva racha asesinatos el Gals.
Got Tarzan's back. Jules Cutie gonna black shoes back into the midst of them, trying to get away here, but Tarzan.
Joder, está muy low, Está muy low de vida.
In trouble here comes DPR, maybe just trying to distract from the backside, create a little bit of space, so Gals.
Están bastante low ahí de vida. Podían haber, lo que pasa es que no había nadie para entrar. No podía Tarzan, no podía entrar.
Well, right now, 5 out of 5 kill participation, and they're looking for
buena, papá, buena, Tarzan.
Buena,
Tarzancillo.
77 is just split up right now. To whereas Avalon's moving as a unit, man. At least 3 of them are always together. And Area 77 kind of taking this at more of a...
Para el restream, vale. Un segundillo.
And you know what's worse? The 3 kills on A77 all goes to Gals QT. And if there's any kills going to a team, we really don't want to see it on the roam. It's better than not having any kills, but if all the kills are going onto Gals QT, it just means A77. All the attack damage dealers are going to be under threat.
Yeah, now looks like Tarzan's going to try to take the orange buff. Is able to steal it away from DPR. Wow. Mark Cutie takes tower in the boss side away. Gals Cutie look for away the dragon on Demon. Demon able to just get away, popping the black shoes for himself.
Espérate, ya mando por...
Gals. Now Jules in a little bit of trouble, stuck behind the wall. Can't get away. Demon finds Jules. Points. Going to go down to Merciless. Merciless back in the fight now. Trying to help out DPR. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Avalon still coming out on top.
The gold lead is not that bad, right? We're looking at about a 3K
Vale,
gold
vale.
lead. 8-4 is the score at.
Vale, sí, me acaba de confirmar
There's
Des
not really too much about
lo
the
de
gold lead
lo tuyo.
or
Vale, vale, vale. Me lo acaba de
about
confirmar Des. Es que
score.
le había preguntado a mi manager y mi
Map
manager me
pressure,
dijo que no
and
sabía
right now,
nada.
Avalon
Pero
has
bueno,
all the
segundo.
map.
Last insanity onto Marcuti there, but Marcuti maybe wants to re-engage. Tarzan trying to take on this purple buff, gonna steal another buff away from DPR there. You mentioned map pressure, and that is definitely pressure. Area 77 just can't find an answer right now. Avalon is all over them.
Yeah, that is going to be a sad jungle on the side of A77. They're really getting outdone by this cheese wheel, and I feel like, you know, the Boxia pick is quite well, especially for a lot of the tank junglers, and Tarzan has been renowned for that, but bot side, it feels like they're going to go for Merciless.
Oh, another one, man. They just keep doing this, man. One of them sitting under the tower.
Ya te acabo de enviar solicitud, Liz.
DPR now coming in maybe a little bit too late. Try to spot the Phantom Execution, trying to get away now as Tarzan is there. Gals QD low, burnt up, almost to a crisp, but able to get away with just a sliver of health. But that's 2 members down once again.
Ya te envié petición, Liz.
Definitely not looking good for the underdogs right now. You got Tarzan 208, 10 out of 10 kill participation. Basic 3-0 and 6. He's got 9 out of the 10 kills. It definitely feels like these new players coming into Avalon completely changed the tide, changed the game. You know, you have Guapo on this cheese wheel and he's just doing quite well. Now Avalon with the map pressure, it's probably going to be a Lord uncontested.
Que tú te has visto la partida de antes.
Yeah, I mean, Avalon's just had the quicker rotations. Even Cardi or Victor right now has been moving down from that top lane as Merciless has been a little more stagnant. And on the Paquito, you're mobile, man. You should be getting involved in those team fights very early on. Paquito's got a huge power spike at level 4, a huge mid-game impact. And Merciless has been the one player here that only has the 1 death on him. He needs to be a game changer. Trying to lock on a basic there, not able to get the finish though. Boinks with the wild charge and the knock-up. Here comes Victor. Does have the last insanity, decides not to pop it though, being patient with it. They know they have control of the game right now.
Man, that's just experience showing off Victor, because if I was the expert, I would be like, last insanity going in, let me try to get that kill.
Spam.
Yeah, but this guy shows the discipline, shows the experience. He knows the Lord is coming down. That's already an advantage. He doesn't need more, so he's just gonna make sure he stays disciplined, stays on the stays on the objective, and making sure these lanes are being synced perfectly.
And there's a few times he held on to that last standing very well. Even in the early game when he came to the mid side looking for, hold on. DPR, Jules able to find basic there. There goes the damage for Avalon, but they still have more. And Area 77 still in the run. DPR dropped down to nothing along with Merciless. And while this is happening, Victor chipping away at the top side. Just when Area 77 felt like they had something, Avalon able to make it an even 1-for-1 trade in the Lord. Now crashing into the inhibitor. Merciless looking for the knockout strike, looking for the punch, but Jules Cutie goes down to Demon. Demon able to pick up that kill. Lord is getting melted down. Luckily they don't lose an inhibitor just yet.
Yeah, but it was a small mistake coming out from Avalon. I would feel like it is one of the more costly deaths coming in. Basic did go underneath that tower, was able to pick up that second mid tower, but did end up getting chunked by PDR, but Conceal.
Ooh, Conceal play. Gals looking for a kick, looking for a way the dragon onto somebody. Toink's gonna get the double man knockup though. DPR forced to back up. Gals Cutie finally locks on a demon there, but Merciless not able to connect. Victor finds Gals and DPR on the run. Mark Cutie gets involved for a second and is instantly taken out. Tarzan now hunting for more. DPR brought low, gonna go down to basic there. The splash damage too much to handle. Avalon take 3 and lose none.
A77 really got to slow the pace down. You had Jules QT in that base, and it was a 4v5 just trying to trade for a blue buff. And look at Avalon right now. They're sieging all these objectives.
Yeah, this could be it. Jules QT forced by the black shoes just go back and die. Merciless now on the field.
Vale. No os preocupéis, chicos. Está todo bien, está todo bien. Está todo bien. No me cayó, no cayó Hacienda.
They're gonna back up and wait for another moment to strike.
And look at the snowball coming in from Avalon. You're looking at a 10k gold lead, 16-5, 12 minutes in. You know, I don't really know if I could say that there's anything better than that, right? They have the 10k gold lead. They've denied buffs after buffs after buffs, and with this objective coming up, it's really hard for me to see A77 try and contest this. They just don't have the resources, they don't have the level, they don't have the map at all.
Yeah, and even with something like the Paquito, even with Marcuti who's fallen way behind, or even with Gals who can get those random picks here and there, Avalon is just so ahead right now that even when Gals got the Way of the Dragon onto Demon a minute ago, they weren't able to get the finish because they don't have the damage right now. Victor gonna come in, try to steal the orange buff. No, Marcuti able to secure, but Basic and Demon gonna fend DPR away as Tarzan secures the Lord. Nice zoning from the side of Avalon. Tarzan still being aggressive, looking for Gals there. And is gonna get the stun. Avalon just gonna wait for this push now.
Hey, I was gonna say that is 4 ultimates being used from the side of Avalon just to kind of pressure that Lord. And I thought the Lord was gonna march out with this wave, but with the Lord coming out on the next wave, Avalon's gonna have a lot.
Ojo.
If they can get this finish here, that's huge. Tarzan is bulky though.
¿Cazaron?
Can they get the final hit?
Uf,
No, Tarzan
Dios, por lo
gonna
que
be
se ha
able to walk
salvado,
away.
eh.
Jules Cutie almost goes down himself. That could have been crucial to this defense, but they weren't able to pull it off.
But they're not gonna have Tarzan, and they definitely use Basic's little crossbow ultimate right there, so they're gonna be down maybe 1 or 2 spells, but they do still have the flickers available, so I believe Avalon's gonna be looking for a play.
Watch for Merciless, coming to the backside, look for Basic here, trying to connect. Nice wild charge coming from Twinks.
Ah, buena,
Demon
buena,
gets the
buena.
outplay. Victor finds
Nah,
Jules,
va
and
muy,
Steam
va
up
muy
down
Gucci,
already.
va muy bien,
Base
venga.
is locked on, and
Cerrar.
Lord is still
Venga,
up.
cerramos,
Avalon gonna
manito,
clean up
cerramos.
and take game number
Cerramos,
1.
GG. Buena, buena.
Man,
Ah.
quite a
Bien
convincing
jugado.
opening coming out from Avalon right there. We're talking only about a 15 minutes, and
Bueno,
the
ha
goal
sido
was
rápido, ha sido
quite
partido rápido,
one-sided. Avalon
Pensaba
had
que
that
íbamos a
foot
tardar
on
un
the
poquillo
gas
más, pero no ha sido
step
partido rápido,
right
¿eh?
through this game. Trex, man, what an opening game.
Quick game, an easy game. It looked like for Avalon, they completely dominated. Area 77, I honestly feel like they kind of started losing the draft. The Basha pick is so strong right now. It's so good right now. It's something that you don't want to just give up for free. And I don't think the trade for jungler getting the Lancelot in place of the Basha was worth it. Hopefully Area 77 learned something here.
Vale, dame un segundillo, tengo que editar. ¿Qué os ha parecido el primer partidito,
Honestly,
chicos?
there's quite a bit of other heroes that they could have gone for. Maybe something a little bit more tanky like the Akai. I know the Fredrin was being banned out, or maybe they had the opportunity to pick up the Boxia themselves, but they chose to go with the Pack and the Bruno. And you know, taking a look at the post-game stats, 20-5 is going to be the score. 14-minute games, just like Trexy said. It is an absolutely quick one, and it feels like the MVP has to go to the wild card, Mr. Tarzan here.
Tarzan definitely coming in very strong, 3-0 and 13, but Victor as well. Both new entries onto Avalon in this final phase. Victor, I mean, what a time to come back right now when the meta looks when that EXP lane looks very similar to a year or two ago, 2 years ago.
Mi apoyo para ti, ¿de qué me perdí? Estamos aquí viendo el primer partido del Stage 3 de la Nact, del nuevo equipo por el que estoy.
It's a great time for him to come back into this.
Yeah, great time it is. It's a 4v5 fight from A77, and Avalon wipes the floor with them. I feel like, again, they're just playing a little bit too fast. They kind of have to slow it down, make sure that they can grab any sort of small advantages and try to push this game further, because 14 minutes, you don't get to go to that late game. You don't get to have that Lord dance and fight it out. It's just a complete one-sided, and look at the Turtle, Lord, and turrets. That is a huge lead for the side of blue.
Yeah, a whole lot of blue on this screen right now, but
Tenía una partida que veo de ellos. Lilia llevaba Bill Troll, no me he fijado en la Bill, ahora a ver si la ponen.
When Airthel's putting out the damage that she is, because you know she's just kind of moving around, firing off shots, nothing super major to see on screen, but Basic was definitely outputting in that game. Able to definitely just, I mean, the splash damage we saw, I'm pretty sure he hit a minion there, and DPR still took some of that ult damage and went down. So it is definitely major and crucial to a lot of those fights.
I feel like it's kind of like a synergy when you add the Arythal's late game potential, and you have something like a Boxia where it could run in the jungle really quick, and without, you know, too much pressure coming in from A77, they were able to get that early game advantage, pick up a kill here and there, and also grabbing up the objectives to let the Arythal scale into this late game monster. And we saw Basic just completely free hitting. He was disrespecting people underneath the tower, going in, charging forward.
Yeah.
He does not care. He's taking this dub tonight.
I don't know if it was due to the Lilia.
Lo había escuchado de ello que tienen uno que juega XP pero muy bien, más que bien. Ah, coño, el Carti. el que era la experiencia de BTK en el tercer mundial de Mobile Legends.
Attacking the gold lane, they kept on going after Marcuti until they finally got him, and then once they got Marcuti, things just kind of went downhill from there. If I think what
¿No sabes si
we're
Mangu
seeing
va a jugar
here
el
is
próximo
Aston make some
torneo?
plays in that
Sí,
lane phase. They need to
debería,
get
vaya.
something that Jules Cutie will be able to
Lo que pasa es que el
keep up
loco tiene un problema
with,
con el móvil, se le ha roto el
Jules
móvil,
Cutie is
pero
gonna be
bueno.
able to match that pace and move around and try to make plays happen in the offlane, or at least defend in the early game so that they can make it to the mid and late with an even gold standing.
Well, some of the more popular mages I think that are available, the Eve, which hasn't been, you know, quite popular in North America. Gord is quite nice also. You also have the Faramis that's been played quite often, and also the Novaria has been coming out to play in a lot of the professional scenes. So I actually think there's quite a huge mage pool that A77 should kind of choose to go against, because that last game, just like you're saying, the snowball coming in from mid, there was just no impact coming out from that Lilia.
Listen, man, I've seen it with my own two eyes. Gord has a faster wave clear than Valentina right now in the first wave.
Qué orgullo, Jack. Me saluda desde acá, Maryland. Soy César. Hostia, muchas gracias, bro, por el apoyo.
A little weak to certain picks like assassins and things like that, because there's no dashes like the Valentina or no high mobility.
Pero ellos no le dan móvil para jugar. Pero es que se le ha roto el suyo personal, que es con el que juega. Y el tema es que de aquí a que vayan a Brasil, en Brasil sí le darán uno. Pero, claro, en el periodo de tiempo ellos tienen que viajar en los próximos días, no da tiempo a comprar uno y enviarlo. O sea, no llegaría a tiempo a República Dominicana. Entonces le darán uno cuando vaya a Brasil.
I still like the more traditional utility junglers, and talk about that Fredrin, it does get picked out, but there's a lot on the board. There's still the Pack, the Bruno, the Charizla, even some of the mages like the Faramis and also the Kadita available for Avalon to pick.
Yeah, I'm really upset that we had that. We had the Paquito and the Bruno picked up last game, and I just felt like with what it was paired with, it didn't really have the opportunity to shine. I still think they're very solid picks, and I still think there's something that we could see here. Avalon need to respond. Do they lock in? There goes your Charizla. Do they lock in mid here? Do they lock in Rome?
They gotta go with like a Faramis or even a Kadita, but not the more traditional pick. This is something that's quite interesting. It is going to be locked onto Toink, so this is going to be different from the Bloodhound strategies, and it kind of skews a little bit towards the Asian meta. They like to pick the Valier Roam against something like a Boxia, which we've seen quite a bit. This time it's a Fredrin, and I feel like it might do quite well.
Sí, sí, yo ya sé yo ya sé dónde va el
Either
Valier.
way, it could be flexed, right? Toinks could keep it. It could get flexed over to Demon. It gives Avalon a little bit of room here when we get into the second.
Yo ya sé a dónde va a ir el Valier.
Have to choose how they want to ban, right? Now, yes, so far with the Fredrin, I think it works. Is it too early?
¿Yana QT volvió a Geekfam o se quedó en Blacklist? No está jugando en Blacklist, creo que está de suplente en Blacklist, pero está como en transferencia, pero no está... No se vale el caster más calvo que Black Report caster. Qué cabrones sois. Pero... no sé si Yana QT volvió... O sea... No está jugando en Blacklist, pero tampoco ha vuelto a Geekfam. Entonces no sé, él estaba transferido. Él estaba cedido realmente. No estaba transferido, estaba cedido a Blacklist. Entonces no sé qué le ha pasado con él. Configuró tanto el móvil que reventó.
Kind of mow down the lanes quite well, but Charizla also is able to do a lot of cutting itself. You talked about the Valier being that anti-invade, able to just
Tú que eres un buen roamer, ¿requieres jugar solo quo o en tríos? Tríos siempre, en equipo siempre. Vamos al próximo parche.
Avalon looking very prepared for team fights, looking very prepared for 5v5s. They've got tons of CC. All three of these first picks right now they're going to be setting things up for the team. Area 77 looking very, we want to pick you off. We want to try to get one. We have this Paquito who does insane burst damage. But the thing is they kind of had a similar comp to that last time, and they weren't able to get those pick-off types of plays. So I want to see Merciless be a bit more mobile. I want to see him set up some traps. Same thing from Gals Cutie here. They need
Mi
to be
atrevimiento a
ready
mi
to
pregunta.
attack
No,
and
no,
not
no,
play
hombre.
so passive, you know, when
Como que
those level
atrevimiento,
fours
no, no
start
pasa
coming in.
nada.
But you know what I have not seen
Joder, que
so
no
far?
estamos
The
aquí.
Edith, right? And the Edith has been a
No estamos
hot
aquí en
pick
un
or
canal
ban, especially
agresivo.
in the Asia scenes. They could run it mid, roam, they could run it in the XP. It's been quite flexed all over the place, but it's not really being shown too much here.
Sí, tenemos dos
Although
flex
I'm
ahí,
pushing
bastante
for it, I don't
curiosos.
think it's gonna be happening, but I do think the Bruno pick, I think Avalon's smelling onto this right now, especially with the carry being banned out and also the Brody.
A ver, hay dos flex posibles. El Valir puede ser mid o Roam y el Akai puede ser jungla o Roam.
Textbook.
Bruno's so, and especially with a lineup like this with Avalon.
Pero yo, hombre, yo me hago una idea de. Yo ya me hago una idea de dónde va cada héroe. Yo ya me hago una idea de dónde van los flex. Evidentemente no lo puedo decir, ¿sabes? Pero...
Unless Merciless and Gals Cutie can actually make those plays happen and get to the back line, it's definitely going to be trouble.
Pero la próxima actualización debería de ser dentro de 2-3 semanas.
Well,
creo.
they kind of want to go for something like a Kadita.
Guay si Venus regresen. Pues va a ser un meta de supports clarísimos, así que yo creo que va a ser un meta de supports, así que yo creo que sí sería muy buena oportunidad para Venus. Muy buena oportunidad. Y además Renegade no me gusta mucho en Blacklist de Roam, sinceramente. Renegade no me da mucha confianza.
Okay, I don't know, man. I feel like
Es triple flex. Es triple flex. Es triple flex, realmente. Bueno, en realidad no, es doble flex. Pero por un momento casi parecía triple, ¿no? Pero es doble flex.
But once they miss that window of opportunity, I just feel like Avalon has such a good team fight composition. They're in there.
Yeah, but Avalon's got kind of a light mid lane, right? They have the Valier, they have the Kadita. I'm not sure if both of these pair extremely well.
Pero me gusta más
Kadita,
nuestra composición,
they
sinceramente.
Want to body the opponent, and Valier kind of pushes them back, but game number
Jugamos
two,
hoy contra...
I'm
Jugamos
so
hoy contra... Contra I-77, jugamos hoy contra Área 77, pero si ganamos y gana BTK, nos tocaría mañana contra BTK. Mañana nos tocaría contra Mobasane.
Hey, talk about that Neo B skin. We saw the Lilia being played last game, but I don't think the Neo B skin came out over there.
O sea, si ganamos hoy, o sea, si ganamos esta partida y BTK gana la suya, mañana nos tocaría contra Mobasane.
You see a massive surge of quantum charge on the side of A77. It kind of tells me that they want that movement speed, they want to move fast, and they're gonna try and see if they can use that mobility to their advantage.
Yeah, literally 4 of them, and that's what I was talking about. They need to be mobile this game. Merciless needs to get involved. I want to see him rotate up for this turtle. I want to see him just leave his lane and get involved in the fights because Avalon wants to bring fights, right? Like, that's what they did last game. That's what we're going to do this time. Look at them right here, right now. The only way that Area 77 is going to get the advantage when they're getting invaded is if Merciless or Marcutie get a bit more involved. And here goes the wall pin already on Gals.
Buena, Tarzán. Buenita.
Looking for something. Marcutie there as well.
¡Escapa!
Can they get the final hit?
Buena.
No. Marcutie already used the flicker.
Qué buena, qué close ha sido esa, pero qué buena.
Somewhat of a similar opening coming out from first game. Tarzan was on that cheese wheel, kind of trying to go for that third camp onto the top side, and he's definitely going to look to go for a little bit more. And DPR kind of in the same situation as before, trying to figure out if he could find that level 4, but there's just no minions left for him to farm here.
First they were on the cheese wheel, now he's on the cheese spin. Either way, he's moving. Tarzan making plays happen with Turtle up now. Like I said, we need to see Merciless get involved in this. He's got to try to focus onto that backside, keep Demon at bay, something that he's trying to do right now. But Victor is here and waiting, also at level 4, has that penalty zone ready to go. Gals Cutie hasn't hit level 4 yet, so we're not going to see any huge any huge play from him. I think they want to try to reset this turtle, honestly, buy themselves a bit more time. And now with Gauss Cutie getting that Divine Retribution in, maybe we see something happen. Keep our eyes on DPR in this side bush. Tarzan
Ojo.
gonna go for the heavy spin.
Buena, buena.
Comes the rough waves. Gauss Cutie able to
Casi.
use the flicker though. Wastes the rough waves, but out comes a feathered airstrike as well. So a couple ultimates already down. DPR finally getting involved into this turtle fight. Merciless has made his way into the backside, doing a nice amount of damage on Twinks there. A little bit of repositioning though, but DPR is still solo. It's 4 members up against 3. Avalon should be able to take this. DPR trying to make his way in. He finds it. He
Justo lo ha
takes it.
bloqueado cuando
Could've
iba a
taken a hit
a tirar
from
la
that
retri.
penalty zone, but it's okay. Area 77 take the
Justo
first
lo ha
neutral
bloqueado
check.
cuando iba a tirar la retri.
For A77, they're able to grab up
Que
at
sería
least a
chicken
little
contra
bit of
Carti,
gold back
sí,
into
pero
their
no-
favor. The
a
gold
ver.
is still in the favor
Nosotros
of
llevamos teniendo
Avalon,
entrenamientos
and we
contra
see
ellos
some
estos
of that
días. Lo que
jungle
pasa es que
level, still
evidentemente no
level
puedo hacer
6,
público.
we're
De hecho,
still
más,
in
nosotros
high
anoche,
position,
cuando yo terminé
with
directo
that
ayer,
neutral objective,
nosotros nos fuimos a entrenar contra ellos. Evidentemente no puedo dar detalles de cómo fueron los resultados y de los picks que se hicieron, porque eso no se puede hacer. A ver, se puede hacer, pero eso es antideportivo. Pero sí, o sea, nosotros llevamos ya 2-3 días seguidos entrenando, pegándonos, literalmente.
Gonna start working on, I'm pretty sure Berserker's Fury up front did pick up a little bit of defense there. Help deal with Basic. Basic as well. Looks like he's going to be going into the Haas Claws, picking, and there they are, already locked in. And Mark Cutie locks in the Berserker's Fury almost at the
Vaya,
same
vaya,
exact
Miguel.
time. So
No
both laners
confías, ¿no?
sitting at a
No pasa nada.
standstill once again. Area 77 keeping things in the middle.
Yeah, it's quite close right now. 4 minutes in.
Practica el casteo ya que estamos. No, sería antideportivo. Sería jodidamente antideportivo castear a mi propio equipo, estamos locos. Al final gastarás hoy los diamantes. Tenéis ganas, de que me saque la pasta. A lo mejor después de este partido. Ayer subiste a Mítico Inmortal, sí.
There, but wait, he gets the grab, he pulls him in the suppression, and there goes a kill from Mark Cutie. Finally evening things up and making some plays happen. This is what we wanted to see from Area 77. Gonna walk into Tarzan there. Watch for Demon though, hiding out in this bush. Does have the rough waves ready to go. I think he's gonna try to pop on a Gauss.
Víctor Scarti, ¿no?
By the knockup, the
Buah,
boom,
buena,
and the
buena.
takeout.
Buena,
That's textbook
Demoncillo.
Yeah, a little bit of a clean hide and go seek for Tarzan.
Sí, Víctor
He's kind
Scarti.
of peeking around the bush, kind of just showing his cards a little bit early, but the fish was in that bush and was able to take care of business. The Petrify was used, so that is a utility down, but with a member being down from Avalon, I mean,
Hostia, han
Area
matado al
77,
Basic.
I don't know, they're gonna take this pretty much uncontested.
¿Quién es el primer game? Ahora 77.
DPR making his way around. I don't think he's going to go.
O sea, bueno,
for
este
it.
es el segundo
Right,
game.
Art is gonna give it up. I don't think it's a bad play. Turtle,
O sea, quiero decir,
second
a ver.
turtle, not huge, right? I mean, first turtle can do
Este es
a
el
little
primer
bit more,
partido
but
de la
77
serie.
still holding a
Pero el
gold
primer
lead right
game
now.
ya se ha
DPR
jugado.
a little bit ahead
Lo
in
hemos
the
ganado.
jungle, making rotations. But who's gonna get the first pick off in this
Es por
gold
calcular si
Well,
renta
we talked
recargar,
about
ya
the
tú
first
sabes.
pick-off. Basic actually
Yo he recargado por los
doing that
tokens de
turtle
tirada.
right there.
He recargado antes.
With it.
No, I didn't even notice that Basic fell.
Yeah,
Good
he
catch.
fell 1 versus 1. Mark QT was able to pick up that top side, and they're able to push out that tower. So that's going to be quite the lead. And, you know, although Avalon was able to grab up, but Divine.
Oh, speaking of grab up, Victor gonna get grabbed up, trying to use the flicker, gonna get stunned though by the Fed Airstrike. Gauss Cutie and Mark Cutie on the hunt. Victor on the run this
No
time.
way.
This is a side of Area 77 we didn't get
Dios,
seen game
mal,
1,
mal,
and
por la
now
que
we're
se ha
seeing how
escapado.
they play with a lead.
Can we talk about how beautiful the wild cards coming in from Avalon, like how well they are doing? Victor, you know, has a great opening, and he's still trying to defend onto this bot side, and Tarzan doing quite well for himself, especially in the game 1. looking to
Avalon.
push
El
that
Tito
momentum
Jusha,
to
eh.
game 2. But
¿Cómo la
DPR,
sabía?
DPR needs to be careful, he could get pinned here. Tarzan looking for him. Gonna
Ojo.
use the heavy spin, pit him against the wall. Twinks there as well, getting some nice chip damage. Out comes
Dios.
the rough waves, and DPR
Casi ni se
gonna go
moría,
away
eh.
today. Tarzan able to pick up that kill.
That's tough, man. You could build that Athena, you could build that Radiance, but with a free pin like that, Demon is going to have the full set available. And take a look at the score right now. It is a 3-2 lead for the side of Avalon, and Demon 2-0-1. He is that mid laner right now, taking care of business, making sure that all the kills are pretty much going through him.
Yeah, Demon's done a great job just, I mean, from game 1 to now, Demon has definitely done very well. He's definitely a solid mid laner. for the side of Avalon. He knows how to be patient. He knows whatever hero he's playing, he plays it the way it's supposed to be played. And right now, the way he's on this Kadita, the way he's just waiting in bushes, waiting for those pickoffs, he does it so well, and he always makes that rough waves count. Now, third and final turtle on the field, Merciless making his way in, and DPR working on the purple buff. I don't think they're going to be able to fight for this one.
Bueno.
That's fine, right? A77, they were down significantly.
¿Cómo hiciste para entrar al competitivo de ML? ¿Estudiaste eso o cómo lo lograste? Si se puede saber, solo de Colombia. Yo ya estaba trabajando en competitivo desde Wild Rift. Lo único que tuve que hacer fue pues adaptar mi método de trabajo aquí, ya está. Tampoco fue mucha paliza. Realmente la paliza fue aprender a analizar en Wild Rift, que fue donde aprendí, que ahí ya sí que invertí dinero y muchísimas horas en aprender, muchísimas horas. Pero a mí me enseñó un analista del LoL, de un equipo argentino. A mí me enseñó el analista de Leviatán, que a lo mejor los que jugáis Valorant y eso conocéis el club. Hostia, puede ser buena, si se sale de ahí basic es buena.
Marcuti starting to do a nice amount of chunk damage. DPR into the backside, gonna get the taunt on Demon. Area 77 decided to take what they can and
pero normalmente para aprender, al menos para la parte de analista, requiere de que te enseñe otro analista. Si no es muy difícil, si no es muy difícil. Si no, es muy difícil aprender,
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do on Bruno, man. You don't always have to hit heroes. You could hit towers, and you're still making a huge difference in the game. Bruno's probably got some of the... I mean, the man just...
Es que el trabajo de analista, a menos que te enseñe otro analista, es demasiado complicado. Porque son matemáticas puras y duras, pero las tienes que aplicar de una... Son matemáticas y programación. Para ser analista es más bien matemáticas y programación. De datos, de bases de datos. ¿Es buena? ¿Es buena?
DPR under the tower. Marcuti here as well.
Vamos.
Look for the finish. DPR does go down to basic though.
Hostia.
Strike from Jules onto the backside. Gonna get knocked up from Tarzan. Jules looking for the finish. Gonna be able to dash away, not get knocked up, and Marcuti picking up the double. Basic and Toinks down. Out comes Victor on the backside. Look for Jules though, able to find him. Now, is he going to be in trouble? No. Merciless and Gastamos know they don't have enough damage to take him, but still, a 2-for-2 trade.
Soy sub desde hace años, tipo 3 años quizás, más bueno no hacerlo tan largo que quizás no tienes una cuenta con uses, ya que me estafaron con la mía. No tengo más cuentas. Más eventos de recarga aparte de este, ni idea. Yo, tema de eventos, suelo ser muy primo para eso. Galleta con varita la reina de hielo, claro. Nada de nada, Cristian. Ya si es tema como jugador, buscar squad, ir poco a poco escalando, conociendo gente buena y tal.
Right before the playoffs, let's see, like our girl Liz said, let's see if Area 77's got the metal here and can handle this, because Avalon is definitely bringing it. Tarzan going to start up on this Lord.
Yeah, the Space Warriors are definitely looking to clash onto this Lord. The conceal plate does get popped out, and
ooh, Gal's going to get the pull. DPR onto the backside. Victor there as well. Pops a heavy spin though. Will be able to escape, but that is an ultimate for each side down. Area 77 trying to take control over this pit. The Lord hasn't been reset yet. Still sitting at about 70% health.
Yeah, the dance continues.
¿Y lo de coach cómo sería? Coger experiencia sobre todo.
Topside there is going to be a slow push, but it looks like they're going to finish.
If Merciless can pull away
Carti.
basic though, it could
¡A la Carti, vamos! Buena.
Lord, able to steal that away, and now Gastamos in a lot of trouble. Victor able to pick up the kill. DPR forced to dash out as Tarzan makes his way around the top side. Marcuti firing off a passive shot, but still Area 77 have to tuck tail and run.
That is a very, very good neutral objective taken by the side of Avalon. They just had all the members in the right position and able to get that clean retribution. It's typically like a 50-50.
¿Se gana dinero en competitivo como coach o como jugador? Sí.
Tarzan is just winning
Sí, claro.
everything with just his strength and his talent and
A ver,
definitely
depende.
putting
Hay,
him in
si
as the
no-
wild
si tienes
card in
organización
this
y te hacen un
series along with
contrato, sí.
Artie,
Si no, el único dinero que ganas como jugador es el prize
And
pool.
another big problem is Jules Cutie just
O sea, el
unable
premio
to
del
keep up
torneo,
the
lo que
game.
sea.
Holding about a 1,000
Pero como
gold
coach o
lead.
jugador, si tienes
Jules Cutie
contrato,
just
sí,
getting
ganas dinero
second
aparte.
item lock.
Si no, pues,
Winner
si vas
Time
sin
Strike
organización
Club
detrás y sin
Destiny
club,
just falling a
pues
bit
el dinero que
behind,
ganas
and
es
that's supposed
el
to be,
premio.
you know, your big back
Que vayas
line
ganando
scrimmage.
tú,
That's
según la
supposed to
posición que
kinda
quedes.
control these fights a bit, and Jules Cutie unable to do that right now, whereas Demon has just been on point with
¿Alguno de
it,
los que
finding
conoces aquí en
those
España
pickoffs,
tiene
finding
nivel
those moments,
competitivo para
creating
compe?
space. So
Sí.
I think Area 77 still, I mean, they can still do this, right? Mark Cutie, 5
El
kills, 0 deaths. Definitely
de
the,
España-
the golden egg in the basket right now. But they need to
Sí,
find
sí,
that
sí.
moment, and the
Pero
rest
que
of the
estén
team
jugando ahora
needs to
mismo
also
Mobile
step up
Le-
if
O
they
sea,
wanna defend this
conozco de los dos
and
que
try
están
to take
jugando
this
ahora
game back
mismo
into their hands.
y que no están jugando ahora mismo Mobile Legends, pero que
6
podrían
kill
perfectamente.
participation, and I
Pero sí, en
really feel like it
España...
has to do
En España
with
algunos sí hay.
being on the Sakai. He was able to
Menos
bait
de
out a
5
couple of
personas,
these
pero
fights,
sí hay.
getting that heavy spin pin onto the right targets, giving Demon an
Que yo
easier time.
conozca en
He's
activo.
on a 5 out of 6 kill participation. Like, this mid and mage duo, they're completely shifting this game, and bot side push.
Oh, Merciless looking for something. Feathered Airstrike does drop down. Merciless poking out. But Avalon just sits on the edge, waiting for the moment to jump back in. Hanging out in their jungle. They're going to move over to this purple buff and take that too, and this is going to make Area 77 fall more and more behind.
Well, falling more behind could be a thing, but at least what they have is the feather.
Puede ser el rival más fuerte de la Nact.
Zone away,
Bajo mi punto de vista diría que Ohio Brothers,
Make
que es
sure
el
we
equipo
put
de
one
Hun.
feather airstrike onto that Bruno, push him back, make sure that he is on the edge, and I think that's a good sign.
Oh.
But heavy spin.
Cutie has to use the flicker. No big plays coming from him right now, but like you said, I don't think they're looking for a big play. We're just kind of biding time, trying to gain back a little piece of land, a little piece of land.
Bueno,
Gauss Cutie goes in
bueno,
though,
bueno.
takes a lot of damage. Basic finds it. Basic brought down to about half health, but Jules Cutie, nobody able to get that.
Estudiar, aprender para dedicarme a esto.
Valier Rome is
¿Estás seguro? Es duro, ¿eh?
a lot of work, and this is the type
Gente,
of
se me
hero
acabó la
that I kinda
María,
wanna
Dios
see
mío.
a little bit more often in the North America scene. We've seen the Valier being played even in the grand
Da nombre a ver si los
finals
conozco.
of M4, and to be able to see it
Para
again
mí,
here,
hoy
makes
por
that
hoy,
full circle picture
que
for us
puedan
as the
llegar a
audience. Like,
competir
we get to see a
fuerte.
combination of different heroes being played.
Kerrel,
We see the Bruno, and both heroes are doing so
el
extremely well in this series.
Kerrel, el
I mean, this is what
Darmar
we were worried about. We saw the lead
y
get picked up,
Natsu.
and then we see Merciless pick up the Paquito. We see the Kaja, and we see DPR. And it's like, man, it's going to be so hard to engage when you have this Valier constantly pushing them down. And there it is, Gauss Cutie once again getting pushed back into the midst. Basic, able to pick up the kill. That's a Lord and a kill for the side of Avalon, and Avalon smells blood in the water. They're going to come to try to find for more. They're hunted down the next. They get the stun. Merciless trying to run away, but they're constantly catching up. Finally does get the speed boost. Able to get away just in the nick of time, but Lord is coming soon.
Smart play. They knew Gauss Cutie's flicker was already used on the last heavy spin onto the bot side. So Tarzan making the correct decision. He knows there's no flicker. He gets that free pickoff, and with the Lord marching down right now, although Gauss Cutie's still gonna come up, it's just, you know, that's just another kill going towards the side of Avalon.
Vamos a ver si,
Comes to that
si
gold, and
pueden cerrar
now
ahora.
the waves are being synced. 16 minutes in, you see a 7k gold lead. All the items are, you know, quite being bought from both sides.
Mark Cutie does have some damage.
Yo creo que
output,
pueden
does have
cerrar
some also
ahora.
wave clear. Same thing with Jules, still
Bueno,
has
pasa
the
que
feather
falta
airstrike.
wave en
So I
medio,
don't know if,
pero...
as long as they don't make a big mistake, they could survive this, right? This is definitely come backable for them. Merciless trying to make his way around the backside, but Toinks is there, always
Bueno,
waiting.
te van a tener que esperar a la
as well.
próxima
Avalon
wave.
not pushing too deep. They don't want to try to force him. There goes Gals. Look for one.
Hostia,
Able to
la
find Basic. A
manchada.
nice play, but a heavy spin connects. Two members of Avalon drop. Make it 3. Victor with the immortality won't be able to get away from this
Yes.
one. Area 77 fighting back. Biting back.
Pues nada,
looking for
todo
the moment
correr
to strike.
atrás. Dios, la
Yeah, that's what
enganchada
I
que le ha
was kinda
pegado a
worried
Basic
about
ha
at the
sido
beginning
mortal.
for the side of Avalon.
El
They
Kaya
have the
lo está
Bruno,
haciendo
but
muy bien.
the Kaja
Oh.
picked the flicker, but here.
Points in a little bit of trouble. Tarzan there as well. Jules getting brought a little too low. DPR gonna hold the front side. They need to take some towers here, UA.
They gotta be careful of Gals QT, man. This Kaja is doing.
Nah, de hecho diría que el que mejor está jugando de ellos es el Kaya.
Oh!
Target to Mark QT going in.
Beautiful flicker by Mar. That's what we're waiting for. Mar now online 8-0-1. We're 17 minutes in and gold is getting to the peak moment.
That's a 4-for-0 trade for the side of A77.
Sí,
Gold
Kof.
back
Sí sé qué equipo
into
es.
even grounds. And with the map, you know, being opened up for A77, Avalon might be on a back foot here, especially if they don't have Twinks. You see A77 roaming around the map freely right now, and that's what you do not want to see if you are rooting for Avalon.
I will say this, Mark Cuty's got a nice gold lead over Basic right now, 2,000 gold. So even though they were at a deficit there for a while, Mark Cuty, like we said in the very beginning of this, as long as he can go deathless, as long as he can hang out, that damage is going to come. And this is the time when Clint is going to shine. It might be a little late in the game, but that's okay because Area 77 are still here. And take a look at Merciless, cutting down the top side, taking another tower. Area 77 has come back into this game, UA.
Yeah, and Mark QT's items. He's going for a Blade of Despair, Endless Battle, Berserkers. Those are all extremely expensive items. So Mark QT is actually, you know, having one of the highest gold in terms of the items that he has. That's quite huge. And at 8-0-1, we talked about full participation, and Mark QT definitely on that wave right now.
Yeah, and he still has more space for one more
Kof
item.
no del Kino Fighter, no. Pero se
I
llama,
got
sus
more
siglas son
coming.
Kof.
This isn't even my final form, you know? He's ready, so let's see if he can be the game changer here. Avalon with their heavy CC still kind of controlling this Lord Pit. We want to keep our eyes on Demon hiding out in this Tri-Bush as well as Area 77 try to kind of constrict, try to surround Avalon here, because then Twinks has to pick which way am I going to use these skills, right? Which way am I going to heavy spin? Which way am I going to penalty zone? If we can come at them from several different angles, it could be the advantage here. Lord getting brought down low. Tarzan does still have the heavy spin. DPR needs to watch out for this because that could be the game changer in this 50-50 retry battle. DPR making his way in. Merciless up against Basic in the top side. Here comes the engage. Gals Cutie looking for something here. Down comes a feathered airstrike. Victor forced to flicker. Tarzan looking for something, able to find the pick onto Mark Cutie. Mark Cutie uses the Wind of Nature. Able to survive that for a second there. Flick through, no damage was coming.
Buena, Demon, buena.
Hiding out in the backside for
Buena,
a long time.
Demon.
Able to finally make the strike happen. It's going to be Lord crashing down the boss side. What did Mark Cutie use there to survive that heavy spin? I know there's not a lot of damage there, but it looked like nothing was landing onto him.
Yeah, he got the flicker. He also got the second skill. He was able to escape death, but not at the cost of Demon getting the Lord. And you talked about Demon being that man for the side of Avalon, and he continues to go ahead. Even with Tarzan down, Avalon's able to secure this objective, and that puts A77 on the back foot once again.
Yeah, I mean, now they're back onto the base, but this is where they fight well. Gals Cutie will be back up in 6 seconds. With the gold where it's at, they're going to be able to melt down this Lord. We're going on.
Va a haber
We're
que
peaking at
intentarlo con la
20 minutes.
próxima wave.
UA now, you know, game 1, I was a little upset. I'm like, man, game
14
1,
minutes.
12 minutes,
Y
whatever.
tampoco
14
está...
minutes.
No tenemos frontline ahí
Right here.
tampoco.
This is
Bueno,
what
sí,
gets my
a
blood
Víctor,
boiling.
pero ya está, no está el
20
Panda.
minutes in right now. The Lord has been down, but Basic, it looks like he's trying to get that top side, but A77.
Oh, Victor. Immortality pops. They're going to wait for him to come up. Looking for the finish. Demon taking a little bit of chip damage as well, but Jules Cutie goes down.
Vale.
The response from Avalon. We thought Area 77 was going to have one, but Avalon takes it instead.
Yeah, and I here thought Jules was the one that was going to get a kill on Demon, but Twinks and Demon just using those range abilities, able to poke down the Farsa, and without a Farsa, Avalon should be able to push here.
Tarzan's looking for that heavy spin. He's trying to come around the backside. Basic able to take out the tower. Victor also engaging on Merciless there. Area 77 under the towers. Out comes the Worldy. Fun fact, the new ult is called Worldy.
I think it's cute, you know.
You like it? I
Yeah,
like
I
it. I
like
mean,
it.
it is cute. The Worldy, it's easier to say than Wave of the World, I'll say that much.
Yeah, it's definitely good, but Basic is still
Oh.
quite alive, but...
Speaking of ultimates, Basic gonna get pulled in, able to flicker away though.
Oh, buena, buena, buena,
Be
buena.
able to get out of that one. Victor wants to engage.
está
Down goes Tarzan though.
Wow.
Galsky didn't pick
Ojo,
up the kill.
ojo.
Basic takes out the tower. But a big fight.
Dios,
in
qué
the
buena
Galsky,
Demon,
all
la
that brought
puta
down low, but a feather airstrike
Dios.
looks for one. Finds Basic. It's 2 for 0 trade.
Dios.
Area 77 immortality.
No se han muerto,
coming
no se han
in
muerto
clutch.
por la
Yeah, but that's a
inmortalidad, pero
50-second
Dios,
death
qué
time
buena
for
la ha hecho
Basic
Demon
and a
otra vez.
40-second for Tarzan. And
Joder,
without
la que está haciendo
those two
Demon con
picks,
la
that's a
cadita
range
no
and
es
a
normal,
frontline,
eh.
and only with Toinks, Demon, and Victor, they have a bit of a wave clear, but is that going to be enough to defend against A77? I feel
They
like,
should be able to at least get Lord. Area 77 should definitely be able to get Lord here in time.
you know, I feel like there's even an opportunity for A77 to try and get a mid push. They are up, and the wave clear is really onto that Kadita and Terizla, but A77 chooses to go a little bit more safe. They have the top side pushing in, the mid and the bot are also clear.
Sí, lo sé, lo sé. Si hablo. Yo
There's
hablo con el
these
Mark.
three
Si sé que
lanes
tiene
of
problemas
vision
por el
where
tirón.
the
Si no
side
fuera
is
por
going
eso.
to be able to secure this
Si no
quite
fuera por eso, le
easily
iría
here.
muchísimo
Yeah,
mejor.
they should. I mean, if they
Pero
whip
sí,
this,
yo lo que hablaba antes
it's
es sobre todo el
rough, but here
potencial que
comes
tiene.
Tarzan. They need to chip down
he's
fast.
fast.
They're running out of time. Tarzan is a fast boy. He's going to come in with a heavy
Ojo,
spin.
ojo,
He's gonna
ojo!
make his way. Victor bought time, and they make space. Lord goes
No
down.
puede
DPR
ser.
still secures when most needed. Demon bites the dust. Mark Cutie picks him up. And now Tarzan on the run as well. Out comes the steel play. There's no escape. Area 77 has him in their grasp. 5 men still stand as 3 fall down for Avalon. Area 77 trying to take us to game 3.
DPR, man. He was able to take care of business right there. He didn't really get too much of the 50-50s in the early on games, but taking this one, especially with Tarzan running down, that's huge for the side of A77. I feel like this might be all the base turrets down and even potentially a game ending.
You know the only Lord that matters, right? It's the
Nah, ya
last
perdimos
Lord. And right
esta.
now, DPR got the last
Nah,
one.
perdimos
Here it
esta.
comes. They're going to try to end. They've locked onto the base, and that is it. Area 77 tie things up. We got one more game
Nah,
to go.
perdimos esta. A la tercera. Tercera
Oh,
partida
the
nos vamos.
Aliens coming in clutch. A77, especially DPR, on that retribution on the objective, and it almost felt like Avalon had the advantage. They
Yeah.
had the penalties.
La función del Valir es para frenar para el
Position,
Freddy.
heavy spin.
Pero el que está haciendo los drafts es
I
el
don't know how
coach.
DPR got that. I don't know what sort of
O sea, el que está
voodoo magic
drafteando
he
es el
pulled off
coach.
to get past
No
all
sé
that
yo.
CC and still secure the retry, but he put his big pants on there. He put his big boy pants on there, and it's 1-1. Now we're smiling, UA. Now we're having fun. Now we're playing Mobile Legends. Area 77, we were wondering if they were going to pull something out in phase 3, and it looks like they're hungry for this too.
And are y'all entertained yet? Man, DPR with the retribution, but honestly, it's Mark QT that has been holding it down since the start of the game. 9-0-5, 14 out of 15 kill participation in this 23 minutes game. A77 just coming
No sé si ha
out
sido por el
ahead
knock-up del
without
Lord.
Mark QT
También,
being shut
pero
down
bueno.
here.
Okay, so I called it. He did end up picking up the Wind of Nature. I'm almost positive when I know I'm like hounding back onto this,
He's got
but when he
immortality.
got pinned that one time, I think he did have immortality.
¿Tuvisteis
I
un
think he
pique
sold
por
out, but when he
snipes
got
o algo
pinned that
así?
one
Sí,
time,
pero hace tiempo
I wish we
que
had a replay of it.
hace tiempo que lo hablamos y
He was
jugamos
taking
juntos.
no damage, but here comes the final big play. Let's take a look at it.
Where's Mr. DPR right here? Able to
Ooh, the
get
knockup.
Dios,
the
el Lord,
retribution with
el
the
Lord,
Lord
el
format
Lord ha
knockup
reventado la
onto
teamfight.
Tarzan.
Lord
Man,
MVP?
Lord.
El
Hey,
puto
I mean,
Lord ha
I
hecho
can't
la
even say Lord
teamfight.
MVP.
Hostia.
DPR MVP and also Mark QT
El puto Lord ha
playing the
hecho la
most
teamfight. No me
consistent
jodas.
game with 0 deaths and 41
Dios, el puto
kill
Lord ha levantado
damage
todo el
there.
equipo por los aires. No me jodas.
That is
Dios.
almost half of all the damage out there from the
Joder.
team. Literally half of that 289,000 is all Mark Cutie there pretty much. Just a monster. The carry, the rich
No me lo
guy,
puedo creer
that 2
tú.
and 1.
El puto Lord ha
So basic
levantado
that
todo el
he's
equipo
here
por
to
el
play
aire.
for
Dios
that gold laner
mío.
spot.
And we also have to give it to Gals QT,
¿Qué
right? He's on the
cojones?
Quadra, one of
Creo
the
que
more
nunca he visto
disciplined
algo
picks.
así.
He was able to take care of basic time after time when they were looking to siege, and I feel like that is gonna
El
be a
puto
weakness
Lord,
for
tú.
Bruno. He
Dios
doesn't have the
mío.
dash. He don't got the BMI like
Joder.
He doesn't have, you know, too much utilities. He's not taking the purifier, so if Gals QT can conceal flicker, get onto basic over and over like this, I wouldn't be surprised to see that Kaja being banned out in this very third series.
And he definitely had like a little bit of an iffy start throughout the early and mid game. He was having a little trouble, but towards the end, they finally kind of got it together and they were able to
Lord
make
MVP,
those
joder, y
plays
tanto.
happen. It feels like, I don't know,
Hostia, tú, que ha
they had a little
levantado todo el
rust
equipo
after
por
2
el
weeks.
aire.
Maybe they weren't practicing as much as they were
Vaya
supposed to,
puta
but now
locura,
Area
tú.
77 seems to be in
A
full
todo el equipo lo ha
groove.
levantado por los
Avalon this
aires.
time
Dios
on the
mío.
blue side, first pick. Match point for
Joder.
both teams. They're gonna ban out the
Y encima
Kai'Sa,
justo ha
ban out the
levantado
Franco. No suppression
a
today,
Tarzán y no ha
boys.
podido tirar la
Yeah, but
retri.
A77
Dios.
Gals QT is completely
Joder, yo
known
creo que nunca he
to
visto
play
a un
that
Lord hacer eso,
style. And although
Creo
it
que es
took
la
a
primera
lot
vez
on
en
the
mi
first
vida
game, we've seen multiple
que en
times
un
that
partido
Gals
competitivo veo al
QT
Lord
that
pegando un
heroes
ostión y
that still
levantando
can
todo el
be
equipo por
available
los
on
aires,
board. Now with 2 suppressions being banned out, it opens up all the mage picks, it opens up all the
Solo ha
tank
Gustavo
junglers,
Martínez.
and I feel like
Pero
the
tú, estoy
Legends
flipando lo que ha
Russia,
hecho el Lord,
they've won both
Es como si
games,
hubiera
and on
metido,
the
o sea, es
other
como
hand,
si hubiera metido
if
una
they were
ultimate
banned
y
out,
un
it feels
minotauro
like
ahí en
the
medio,
beat
tú.
just goes on to the
Literal,
other
tal
side.
cual.
Although the Akai was doing quite well, he was just
Es como si un minotauro hubiera tirado la ultimate ahí.
closing out this second game
Es un
here.
bug del Lord, no, es que el Lord también tira no-caps. El Lord también tiene habilidad para levantar a los que le pegan por los aires.
They ban out the Fredrin, or do they go? Because we still have to worry about the Valentina. We still have a lot of other things. So maybe they give up the Fredrin, pick up the Valentina. Paquito is going to be banned out for Avalon. Merciless going to have to switch it up as well. But now with, you know, so much on the line, we're starting to see a lot more target bans. It definitely feels a lot more crucial than the past 2 games did.
Well, I like the pack ban. We kind of saw the pack being played on the first game. Not so much impact, but the second game, when the Lord was dancing, you saw the pack coming in from the backside, Merciless clearing that mid side, able to kind of get a surround on Avalon. Avalon was kind of forced to get the objective, but they were on the back foot. They were not comfortable that game. And man, Trex, you called it. The Fred man gets banned out here.
You know, you could almost say that Pack was impactful last game. No, but yeah,
Hey,
Fredrin ban. I think Avalon. I think Valentina up front, right? Valentina's a solid up front pick. Demon does great on it. We saw him in game 1, but no. They prio Victor on the Uranus. So if I'm Area 77, I'm stealing the Valentina right now.
I don't like this. I don't like this. A lot is on the table. The Terizla, which does extremely well against the Uranus, is available. And
Terizla Valentina?
I even argue that the Terizla is better. The Valentina is great, and the Eve, which was banned out quite a bit in a lot of the tournament games in Asia, finally gets a showing. And I feel like if this Eve pick goes well, the rest of the series today, we're not going to get Eves anymore. It's going to be banned out.
12 kilos como mancuernas es mucho o poco, está bien.
We'll see. I feel like it's been a hero that's been banned a lot, but then also not banned. Especially over here in NA, like we'll see it get banned for a day, and then another day it won't get banned at all. So it's kind of up in the air. But Avalon is going to still get that Valentina, so they get a real world manipulation for themselves. They do kind of lack CC on the side of Avalon right now.
Bruno?
I think they need a little bit. Yeah, pick up the Bruno. I think it could work. They're going to go for the Martis, though. I think Mark Cutie, after seeing Mark Cutie on a Clint, like, he's like, you can ban whatever marksman you want. I'm gonna
El Lord
run
siempre
it."
quiere tirar el
This
knockout, tiene
right
poca
here,
vida,
I think, works
exactamente.
well with the Eve and with the penalty zone. We have our CC lined up. Now we
Incluso
need
antes,
damage on the side of Area
incluso.
77, whereas Avalon went damage route first, and now I think they need to find a little bit of control here.
Well, here's what I think about that Martis pick. I don't think it does. I think Martis is, you know, top 4 junglers, right? I think the Fredge and the Boxia stands way ahead compared to everyone else. I think Martis comes at a quick 3rd and 4th because he has the CC immune, but I don't think it's actually picking up the Martis. It's to protect.
Bueno, lo que está
Terizla.
comentando
It's
para mí
to
es un poco
deny the Martis
cuestionable.
away from
Realmente no
Avalon,
creo
because
que
Martis
haya... Hoy por hoy en el meta no es que haya un
really
mejor
good, and
jungla,
especially since
simplemente...
Avalon likes the
Hay junglas que están en la
utility
TLS
junglers.
Plus.
Tarzan went with the
Pero
Akai, Martis able to CC immune that.
no concuerdo
So
con el
if Tarzan
pelón.
was looking to go for another
Dice que él
utility
considera
based
Martis
jungler,
top 4
they
de
already
junglas,
have this
pero...
Martis to, you know,
Pero
deal
bajo mi
all
punto
the
de
utilities
vista
around
eso no es
Tarzan.
así. Depende de la composición que lleves. O sea, son todos tier S+. Solo que unos son mejores para unas composiciones y unos matchups y otros para otros. Pero no habría un top diferencial dentro de ellos para mí. Cada uno tiene una función distinta. Me agrada que los partidos empiecen rápido.
And the Valentina. So I think it's a solid pick for Area 77 to defend against that laning phase that Avalon always tries to be aggressive, because the past couple of games, Area 77, that's where they've been weak. That first few minutes. So with this, the Yve, the range, also with Merciless on this Trizla, I think they have a good withstand against whatever Avalon picks here to attack early on.
I feel like Avalon kind of has to go with an Akai, or even potentially go with an Assassin. But Tarzan, you know, it's been rare to see Tarzan on something like a Ling or a Hayabusa, especially in these championship moments where these games mean a lot. And we talk about a lot. A77, if they were able to win this
huge.
game, Trex,
It's so huge.
it turns everything that we've talked about in the top. Like, it literally makes it where, I mean, we could talk about that later. Trex.
Yeah, that's later. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yes, if Area 77 win this, it flips the scoreboard on its head. Yes, Avalon still has a chance, but it puts Area 77 in such a good position, and it also puts Knights of Fate, and it puts Bloodhounds. It makes that 3 and 4 spot look juicy, man. It makes it look juicy, and right now Area 77 is looking for it. I like the Grok pick. More CC, more control, more walls, more things to pair up well around that evil. You know, everything on Area 77 just screams real-world manipulation right now, and it looks beautiful. Avalon now.
Un vídeo explicando composiciones. Uf.
Smooth out their
Estaría bueno, la verdad, sí.
Trex, normally I could be like, hey,
¿Quieres que le caerán el favor? Probablemente para el próximo parche, sí.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Trex.
Yves sigue siendo viable en competitivo después del nerf, sí. Sí, sigue siendo muy viable, Yves. Muy viable.
Excited to see what they pick, and they end up going with the Akai. I think the Akai is decent, but Martis does have a counter to that. The Grok is able to immune some of the CCs with that, and quite honestly, if they use the heavy spin to pin the Eve is not going to move. The real world, the RWM is still going to be there, casted. So I feel like Avalon is actually backed into a corner with this Martis pick here.
Yeah, a lack of range on Twinks. I think a lot of Avalon right now, it's like we got to get to late game, man. For the first time, I feel like Avalon has to get to late game. Yes, they do have some early game aggression, and I mean, never sleep on Demon, right? If Demon and Twinks and Tarzan can get some sort
No hay de
of
esos tipos de vídeos.
and get a kill onto Jules or get a kill onto Mar.
Hombre, hay algo, pero.
But hold on a
Hombre, alguna cosa he subido así de estilo, pero no.
They didn't even have to do that. They didn't have to do that. They didn't. I mean, but once again, I'm gonna explain it. I think I'm gonna go analyst mode here, right? I'm gonna put my glasses on real fast. Another hero, like they could have picked up some other marksman here. They could have. The Beatrix is open so many things.
Sí, ya me imaginaba el.
Another ode to the RWM here, man. It's gonna slow people down. Like they're just playing around this box right now. Almost every hero is meant for this composition. And though the Harith, it's kind of iffy, it does outrange the carry and laning phase with that poke of the first skill. Or
Lo bueno es que no hay mucho daño mágico realmente que pueda aprovechar el
Harith.
Harith.
Kind of outrange there a little bit. Definitely interesting draft from Area 77. Sorry for cutting you off there, UA, but we are jumping now into game number 3. This is the first series of the day, and we're at a rubber band match. Avalon and Area 77 looking to move on to the next line. move on to the next line of this bracket. Who's it going to be?
Oh man, I am so hyped. You said we did not have to get a.
Pues bueno, a ver cómo va este partido.
Now, I was a little bit confused. I'm expecting like a traditional marksman or something physical, but maybe the Harith is something that they like to go against the carry because, quite honest, Mark QT, he loves the carry pick himself, and to be picking the Harith against it, it definitely means that Mark QT has something up its sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Harith has I think a lot of people forget, man, Harith has a good range with that poke, man. He can keep up in the laning phase, he can clear waves, and you can see their health bars right now. Right now, basic is a little bit lower. It's not a lot, but you're just showing that Mark Cutie can kind of outrange there. Look, he's winning in the laning phase. He's able to dash around, and as long as he plays it safe and doesn't get picked off, he'll have the advantage here. And when it comes to team fights, I like Area 77's draft so much. Now, I can never sleep on Avalon. They have a lot of kill pressure.
Sí, Teresa está bastante
They have
fuerte.
a lot of kill pressure with the Valentina, with the heavy spin, with basic in the late game, and most of all with that Minoan.
Sí, lo bueno es que al estar Valentina ahí, te evitas que te hagan un counter con el Minotauro. Y aparte puedes hacer distintas cosas, puedes copiar la ultimate de Terisla, puedes copiar la ultimate de la Jive, que es lo más probable. A Grok también le puedes copiar la ultimate. Es muy versátil, o sea, aquí Valentina está muy bien tirada, muy bien tirada. Porque Valentina literalmente se puede copiar a la Jive, al Grok y al Terisla para iniciar. Depende de lo que necesite para cualquier situación, así que...
See how much they're favoring Victor here. They know that we haven't talked much about the Uranus, but the Uranus, even though it doesn't have the CC, it doesn't have that, it can still be very detrimental in the late game, in the mid to late game. If Victor gets an advantage in the EXP side, he could definitely be huge at zoning Jules away like he's doing right now, creating space for his team and focusing down on a Mark Cutie. He has that consecration to kind of move in and out of the
No han peleado
RWM,
primera
so
tortuga,
it
me ha
wasn't a
resultado
terrible
raro, pero...
pick, in a sense, even though they picked it up front, it can still work. Fighting against the composition that Area 77 has brought.
Now, something quite interesting that I don't think anyone caught. Demon on Quantum Charge? Hello? Have you seen this before? Because this is quite new to me here.
He wants to be a fast boy, man. He wants to be a fast boy. I don't know.
I mean, I think maybe they took notes on that game too, where A77 did have 4 Quantum Charges, so Demon kind of joining that wave right now. Take a look at some of the items you already see. Oh, before that though.
Oh, Basics in a little bit of trouble here. Wait, they walk
Es
right
buena,
into a trap,
es buena para
possibly.
nosotros.
DPR
Vamos,
will
buena.
take a lot of damage, so
Vamos.
Fury gets the knockup. And DPR goes down. Next will be Gals.
Buena.
Jules Cutie pops the RWM. Mark Cutie in trouble as well. Gonna get pinned to the wall. Trying to get away. Trying to escape. They're knocking him up though. He gets some shield. Demon's on the trail. Toink's there as well. Mark Cutie is trying to find a way to escape, and he does, but that was a close call.
Yeah, but not the greatest opening from A77. If you take a look at that fight, that was deep in Avalon's jungle, so A77 bit off a little bit more than they can chew. They were going to go on the aggressive, but ends up getting punished by Avalon. And look at Basic on this boss side already taking care of half of that gold tower.
And Merciless is having trouble with Victor as well. I will definitely say this, Victor has had the upper hand in these EXP lane bouts over the past.
Los junglas más fuertes de la temporada.
Mark Cutie now, luckily.
Fredrin, Baxia,
didn't get that
Martis,
death, man. If they would have got all 3 there, it possibly could have been a wrap.
Fanny, evidentemente, Joy.
That was a big misplay by Area 77. I get it, they thought they had it, but Toinks was ready, jumps over the
Paquito
wall.
también,
They
aunque no se
walked
juega
right
mucho.
into enemy territory, and Avalon took full.
Y alguno más que seguro que se me está
Well,
pasando
we
ahora
kinda
mismo.
see the gold lead already sitting at maybe like a possibly 1.5k right now, 4 minutes in. It's not the worst, but A77 definitely has to try and keep this gold close. When
Los
they do
emblemas de
end up keeping
Valentina,
the gold
sí.
close, they're able to perform quite well in the late game, and I feel like that's when A77 really shines.
Se pueden llevar con Valentina,
Victor's
según,
so annoying, right?
según la situación.
DPR's gotta hate him, bro. He's just sitting in his jungle, and there's nothing DPR can do about it. This is how you play the Uranus, ladies and gentlemen, and we haven't seen someone play like this in a while, but Victor is all in Area 77's face right now.
And you know what the crazy thing is? Avalon fought that objective 3 versus 4. It was just Victor zoning out DPR, and the rest of A77's member, they have no response to this Uranus. They have the Eve, but the Eve
Se viene
doesn't
Ohio
burst,
Brothers.
and Rock
No,
is
si
unable
ganamos,
to
si
hold
ganamos
down
este
the Uranus
partido y
enough
BTK
for
gana el
damage to
suyo
come in.
luego,
So,
nos
A77
tocaría contra
losing
MOBA 6
on
mañana.
both fronts. Even on the gold side, they're not getting advantage. They're not getting anything in this game so far.
Yeah, and then with the Hares pick, are they ever gonna really be able to take out Victor here? Like, they have no shred. Like, the more you talk about it, it's like it feels like they have no burst on their mage. He's gonna be a major problem the longer this game goes on.
And Tarzan doing quite a bit of damage, but I'm surprised the heavy spin did not come out. The objective isn't even. Oh,
Espérate.
Oh, a lot of damage on a basic there. Nice airborne, but wait, the No One's Fury comes in the nick of time once again. Jules Cutie pops the RWM. Tarzan trying to get the heavy spin, gets a double pin.
No
On
había,
DPR
no
and
estaba,
Mark Cutie,
no
they find
estaba
Toinks, so
Basic.
DPR gets the kill. Now he's moving on.
Basic no
Tarzan
tenía
here.
vida para
Mark
pelear
Cutie getting a
eso.
little bit of damage as well. Back in the mid side, Victor able to take that tower though, making plays
Lo
across
ha
the
hecho muy
map.
bien la iniciación ahí el Grok.
suddenly A77 started winning fights with the flicker. Grok ult coming down. Victor was able to take up that mid side, so it's still an advantage. I would say it's a winning trade for the side of Avalon. The gold lead is still around this 2k mark, and you said it earlier yourself. Uranus right now, there's not really anyone able to kind of lock him down. But Mar, bot side.
Mar in a little bit of trouble. Demon look for him.
Hostia, muy
Bot
buena.
does come in,
Demon,
but Mar's
Demon,
still in
Demon.
trouble, stunned up, trying to get away, but can't. They should be able to get
Dios,
the
qué
finish here.
buena
They do.
Demon,
Toinks
Dios,
finds the
qué buena
kill.
la ha hecho Demon
Gauss
ahí.
Cutie now in trouble as well. They thought they were going to make the play, but Avalon strikes back.
It's looking a little bit of a grim situation coming out from A77. Losing that mid tower was huge, and now losing Mar on this bot side. Avalon kind of just getting away, and they also have this objective taken.
Buena.
Gauss Cutie in trouble. Minoan's Fury.
Buena.
And heads are rolling. Area 77 falling to the ground right now. Several towers are dropping, and this should be a turtle.
¿Nos vas a castear
over
nosotros o
inside
te vas cuando
Avalon.
acabe
Tarzan
este?
does
Seguramente
have
me
that
vaya
DPR
porque,
trying to
claro,
make his way in, but
a
Merciless
mí me
here
toca
as
analizar a
well.
los... Hostia.
Gonna make it. DPR able to steal it, getting a little bit of gold, trying to even things out here.
Seguramente me
Far
vaya porque a mí me
behind
tocará
is
analizar el
Deficit
resto de
Avalon
equipos.
Doesn't want to let go of that grip.
Well,
O sea, a mí
we talked
después de
about
esto
the
me toca
3K
trabajar.
deficit. The first game
Porque
they
yo
had
para
a
mañana tengo que... A ver, ya
deficit
tengo preparado a
around
BTK
this
realmente.
same
O sea, yo
time.
ya
This is kind of where
hice mi
Avalon,
trabajo respecto a
even
BTK.
though they weren't getting,
Pero yo tengo
you
que
know, a
trabajar,
huge
¿sabes? O
lead,
sea,
they're able to kind of take care
para
of the
mí
map
serán
control.
casi
Right
las
now,
12 de la
Avalon
noche,
definitely having the map
pero a mí me va a
control. I always talk
tocar
about it. I
trabajar.
feel
Cuando
like
termine yo este
map
partido me tengo
control
que ir a
is
trabajar y
way much
analizar el
more
resto de partidos.
advantageous when you compare the kills or even the gold lead. So having the map is just so impactful, and Avalon definitely taking care of business right now.
4K gold lead for Avalon right now. Area 77 playing it slow. They're not over engaging. I don't want to count them out just yet. Mark Cutie does have a death, has finally locked in that feather. Might make a little bit of a difference here in these fights. Merciless comes back in, but he's getting shredded down for basic.
Oh,
Able to pick up the kill. Minoan's
espérate.
Fury to help
Qué
secure
buena
more.
enganchada, qué buena
Now the
enganchada.
heavy
Buena,
spin.
buena,
Gauss
buena.
Cutie goes down. It's a double kill for basic. Mark Cutie in a little bit of trouble here. Getting bursted, getting taunted. Could be bad. DPR wants to engage though.
Casi, no, 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 vamos, buena.
No, he goes down. Demon steals it and takes the decimation for himself. Demon under the tower. It's 3 members down, and Jules Cutie
Dios, qué
could be
buena, Demon.
next.
Yeah, Jules Cutie could be next, but Mark QT was able to pick up the Akai right there. At least that is going to be 1 kill coming out from the side of A77. You saw the decimation coming out from Demon. I was like, you know, the Martis was going for
¿Con
the
qué
Akai,
equipo
and
debutas? ¿Con
Demon
Avalon,
was
el
the
que
one
está
that
jugando aquí a la
made that
izquierda?
counter play. Now take a look at some of the items. You see Demon going for more of a utility build, and Victor going for that dominance ice into an Oracle. He is a beefy boy, and I feel like our worst fears are coming alive, at least for the A77 side. Victor just looks completely unstoppable right now.
Yeah, there's literally no answer, man. I don't think they can kill him.
Look at his
Like
score,
I don't know,
though.
like they literally have to they would have to all 5 stun him up, hunt him up. Like I just don't see anything that can deal with him right now, at least in the time period. Let alone with 4 other members of Avalon on the field. They're gonna have to just completely play around him and try not to let him take away towers by split pushing.
Yeah, and we kind of saw the RWM coming down from the E, but the impact was just not there, especially with
Vale,
the
la copia la
heavy
última del
spin
Grok.
coming out from Avalon. That's kind of a bad news coming out from A77. It's 10 minutes in. It's a 6K gold lead for the side of Avalon, but it just feels like Avalon's just completely in control in this game.
Yeah, this is a major problem, and it's like Avalon's just able to take any objective they want because of Victor, right? Because I feel like earlier when Area 77 finally won out in a fight, it was because they let Victor take a tower, they let him cut the wave, and that's pretty much what they're going to have to do here. They're going to have to just let him do his thing and try to get a 2, 3, 4-man wipeout to where it's actually worth whatever sacrifice they lose to Victor in the off lanes. But Lord is marching down this bottom wave. Avalon trying to crack some base towers.
There's just no contest.
¿Qué talentos lleva? Golpe valiente, agilidad y tenacity, imagino.
I feel like they should be able to take this team fight quite easily, and you know,
they're real grouped up. They gotta watch out for Toinks. Watch out for the Minoan's Fury. You can smell it, you can feel it coming, but he's patient. Toinks is always waiting. He never wants to waste
Nah, van a
it.
tener que
They
esperar
are able to
mejorado,
melt down
creo
that
yo.
Lord. Wave's still coming, but Area 77 should survive to see another day here.
yeah, it's a good defense coming out from the side of A77, but they don't have the far set that they had last game, where they were able to zone out the Bruno quite well. This time around, they have the Eve, but it doesn't feel like the impact is there as hard. 7K gold lead, 12 minutes in. You know, A77 really have to try and build some of the items. I feel like Mar has to get onto that Divine Judgment, Divine Blade real quick, or there's not going to be any damage here.
Dallas Beauty trying to find Basic. If they can take out Basic, that is huge.
Vale,
Basic
vale, buena.
through. They're not able to finish.
Uf,
No, Fury
mierda,
knocks him
ha
up.
muerto
Mark Cutie
Basic.
finds Basic into the backside, though. Demon able to find Mark Cutie. It's a 1-for-1. Make it 3-for-1. Area 77 finding the moment to strike. Victor, maybe he's finally going to go down here. Demon there as well. Merciless looking for the finish. Victor caught up on the wall. They finally take down the immovable object. It's a 4-for-1 trade. This is looking similar to game 2.
It's a huge misplay coming out from Avalon, sending 4 members back into the caster's desk, and A77 come out ahead with just Mark UT fallen, and even with Mark UT fallen, they have DPR here with the Martis. Should be able to push some sort of towers, and I kind of want to see DPR go for a little bit more offense, maybe get that mace, but he chooses to opt to go for a full utility jungle. He doesn't even have a cursed helmet. He's just going straight for a dominance ice into a radiant here.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, he needs to be bulky. He's got to survive. Basic is shredding right now. He needs as much health as possible. It's definitely becoming a problem. Avalon, though, with that, the gold deficit is now only at 2,000. Area 77, we see the possibilities that they have to win team fights. Can they do it again, though, before this Lord, or for this Lord?
Well, the real question is, can they get to Basic once again? Because they're winning that fight because they were able to grab Basic, but at the cost of Mark QT. Now, doing it once, you could definitely say, hey, man, like, that is a job well done, but are they able to do it twice? And if they're able to do it twice, even to a third time,
Vale, buen
it's gonna
pokeo,
be
Demon.
pretty good for A77 here.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy. And it was a bit easier up there at the bottleneck of the inhibitor towers, right? In the open field of the rest of the map, it's a lot harder to catch Basic off guard. And look at him, he's going for the split push right here. Gauss Cutie with Toinks there as well. They get the knock up. Can they find the trade here? They're going to lose the Lord. Area 77 wants to find something a little bit more. Toinks jumps away, gets caught in the RWM.
No!
Still unable to find him, but Merciless finally picks up the kill. Area 77 look for another one. They lose the Lord. They need to make something count here. Basic dashes in, though. He's fearless. I like the style right now. Avalon just feeling comfortable.
Well, that is going to be a roamer for the Lord. Now, the real question is, how is these lanes going to be synced with Toinks coming down in 12 seconds? And I do believe Toinks should be able to come onto that mid side, so it is going to be a perfect scene coming out from Avalon. Basic already sitting onto this top side, and 14 minutes in, he's gonna have the full Trinity. Victor is gonna have probably all 4 defensive items, and Toinks picking up that Athena's, which is going to completely negate a lot of damage coming out from Mar.
Yeah, they're going to wait for it. Gauss Cutie doesn't try to force the fight on Tarzan, though, but the Lord does get the crack. Takes down the inhibitor. Up on the top side, Basic looking for an angle here as well, as Tarzan holds down the front line along with Victor. Merciless there, trying to keep them at bay. They're chipping away at the Lord. Another inhibitor does fall. Area 77 still on the ropes, so they should be able to shred this down, and Avalon knows it. They don't want to force the fight just yet. Victor is a tanky boy, a beefy boy, so he's going to be able to hang out, but that's a lot of damage. He's brought down to about half health as Tarzan and the rest of the gang watch for a moment to strike. Area 77 just hang out in the base and wait for the chance to come out.
Man, Victor on this first pick, Uranus, taking care of business, being
Now we know
so
why.
extremely annoying. And you
A
know,
ver,
I
ojo.
was kind of
Uy,
questioning, I was like,
se ha
hey,
dado
man, you're gonna give that to Rizla out just like that, but Victor definitely showing us a complete different side on that XP. Took it one for the team, blind picked this Uranus, and look at him, man, so inspirational right now.
You know he was in the VC like, just trust me, guys. Just trust me, guys. Just give me the Uranus. Give me the Uranus. Just trust me. You know that was the vibe. And Avalon was probably thinking the same thing. We sure about this? All right, yeah, do it. And he is completely one out in his lane. And you mentioned it. Trizzle's supposed to work well against the Uranus, and he did not. Victor's just getting the outplay purely.
Yeah, and you look at the KDA, it really does not paint the picture for the impact that Victor has done.
A ver, son 5.000 de oro arriba, pero
DPR for almost every single objective. He was
yo
there
todavía no estoy
800
tranquilo, la verdad.
priority of you know, walking around, clearing the waves first, getting to the objectives cleanly, and it feels like Avalon definitely have this pocket picked refined already. And take a look at some of these items. Basic already finished with the whole entire Trinity, has that Demon Hunter golden staff, and even built up to that Athena's. to deal with some of the damage coming out from the Harith and Eve.
Yeah, I mean, Area 77 just trying to hang out here, but once again, they're gonna, I mean, are they gonna just give up this Lord again? Are they just looking for a big, you know, a big bounce back fight? Because with Victor in their face, they still can't kill him, and they can't even get into the Lord pit. Like, they literally can't even walk into the pit right now. Gauss Cutie, though, wait a second.
Wow.
Oh, big damage on a demon. That's huge. That's their opening. DPR and Gauss Cutie are in. Watch for Twinks, though, and Basic hiding down this top bush as well.
Se complica la partidita ahora.
Lo
bueno es que está en muy buena posición
Basic.
Victor. Look at Mark.
Low here. They're going to look for him. Mark Cutie finds the finish. Immortality pops.
Dios.
This could be big for Area 77. They found the pit. They found the opening. Tarzan, though, still there. And this time, Area 77 is doing the zoning. They've only been able to take one tower this whole game, but this is an opportunity to fight.
Mar is huge with the Harith right now. He probably has that divine glaive with the holy crystal. And we were worried about that Uranus, and he took care of business like that. And Gauss with the flicker wild charge, able to get onto that demon. They grabbed up 2 of the important targets coming out from Avalon, and they're looking to take this lead. They got the mid tower, they got the top side pushing, and the Lord is coming out on boss side, and Victor is still not even up yet.
Yeah, they just need to not make a big mistake. If they don't make a big mistake, then they can definitely take an advantage over this game. The gold has slid into their hands, and the Lord crashes. Area 77 don't want to go too deep, but Victor's still in the backside. If they can crack an inhibitor, if they can gain some land, it is a win in my book. Area 77 back in this. It's 55k gold to 54. They've taken towers. They've evened the playing field.
How far do they get on this? Is this the momentum that we're talking about, or is this just team comp? The heavy spin.
Tarzan with a heavy spin onto Mark Cutie. That's a bad one to get it onto, but wait, the winner turns on pops. They still have a little bit of time, and No One's Fury goes down. Gauss Cutie, Immortality pops, but Twinks will fall. His Immortality pops as well. Mark Cutie and Basic both trade a couple shots. Mark Cutie's still there, able to find Twinks. Area 77. Waiting for another bonus strike. DPR wants to find the inhibitor. Can they crack it?
Espérate, creo que se han metido
No, they can't. It doesn't fall, and now DPR is in trouble. Victor looking
Sí, se han metido Oversten, se han metido Oversten.
Can DPR get away from this? Victor into the backside onto Merciless. Mark Cutie there as well. Able to get the sidestep on a Demon. Beautiful play. Demon forced to flicker. Mark Cutie still there. Victor being oh so a nuisance still. Merciless bounces back with the penalty zone as DPR looks for another one. They're still fighting. They're still trading punches. It's the rumble in the jungle in Area 77.
Buena, Basic, buena, Basic.
Basic pops a Spleety Light Wheel, looking for another one as Mark Cutie gets pinned against the wall. Another pin, another hit, and Basic moves forward. DPR finds Tarzan, though, as Basic gets the shutdown. Mark Cutie's still on the map, and so is Merciless. Victor not going to let Merciless get away from this one. I don't think there was an escape route. Basic looking for the cutoff. This is a fight, but Merciless is still up, pops the penalty zone, gets some health back, but that should be it, UA.
The outplays after outplays after outplays. Basic flickering forward. Mark QT dashing around, dodging spells left and right. Demon just prolonging the fights, and Victor, the man of the hour, still alive, full health. He was in the battle of all of it. And Avalon comes out slightly ahead in that field. Now, Lord is coming up in 20 seconds. All the members of Avalon are going to be up. So, 877
too, though.
They still have an opportunity, but being down one member, that's going to be tough, because when it was a 5 versus 5, they got the pick off and that snowballed them into these objectives. But now being down the member, it might be tough. But ooh, the Lord actually came up, and Mercilessly, he's walking up. Yeah, he's up. So it is going to be a 50-50. But man, Mark QT, I didn't think he was going to do that much damage, and he took care of biz.
Yeah, it's a game, boys. It's definitely a game. Gauss Cutie was able to get a nice position. Victor walked right past him earlier. Another wall comes out, and like you said, this feels like a 50-50 game 3. Each team with equal opportunity here. Who's going to make the play that counts, and who's going to make the mistake that takes him out?
This is interesting because Bot is already slow push, but Victor is looking to get a hard shove to force a member.
Hostia, pues ha tirado la ultimate por la cara. Ha tirado la ultimate y la lleve.
Oh no.
Gauss Cutie's onto him. Merciless there as well. Basic knows he's in a bad spot. Toinks trying to force forward.
¡Buah! ¡Qué buena Demon! ¡Qué buena Demon! ¡Vamos, vamos, 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 vamos!
Get the killing spree onto Jules Cutie. Doesn't have the speedy light wheel, but still doing a nice amount of damage. DPR looking for something. Pops the decimation. But
Buena,
doesn't get the
Basic.
finish, so
Buena,
no passive
buena,
there.
buena,
Double kill
Basic.
for Basic. Basic flickers in. Hits by the penalty zone. He tried to get the finish onto Gals. Quite can't connect. Basic looking for more though.
Buena,
Merciless a little bit of trouble. Is
Basic,
taking out a
buena.
triple for Basic. Area 77, that could be the end there. It's 40, 50, and 30-second death counters for 3 of their members. Avalon doesn't even want the Lord. They might try to go for the finish here. Mark Cutie does not have the Zaman's force. Actually does. He does drop it. Able to dash
No, hay que
around, just
cerrar
needs to
ya.
clear some waves. They did have a wave of minions come out of their base, so they can defend a little bit longer. Basic looking for an angle. Nice knock up on a Mark Cutie. Able to find Tarzan though. Terrified. Mark Cutie may just go
vamos,
down
cierra,
here.
cierra, cierra,
Looking for
cierra.
Victor. The Basic is locked onto the base, and that will
Vamos,
be it,
ya está.
ladies and gentlemen. In a best of 3, Avalon have come out on top.
Victory!
Man, Basic taking care right there. Flickers forward. He grabs those double kills right there. He was free hitting pretty much throughout this.
Menos
whole
mal que la lió la
game.
Jive.
None of the A77 members are able to get onto him. And I'm sweating right now just watching this game, Trex.
Yeah, that woke me up, man. That got me ready. You know, we came into the first series. I was really worried it was just going to be a quick 2-0 sweep. But Area 77 puts up a great fight, but in the end, Avalon comes out on top with the sustainability of those 3 matches. I mean, definitely an exciting best of 3.
Yeah, exciting. You have Victor on this Uranus first pick. Again, the stats do not show. 16-14 is going to be the overall score. 22 minutes of exciting gameplay. Once again, Victor 1-2-4, but this man, he's definitely going to be the sandbag of the team. But the MVP, should he pushed onto basics with a 10-1-4, has his whole entire trinity, has that anti-kill along with immortality. Man, basic doing God's work right now.
Doing Avalon's work for sure. I mean, and look at this final play. Jules gets knocked up, and I just felt like that was the end. And DPR tries to come in here.
Va a estar
He
duro
uses
ese
decimation,
BTK.
but doesn't
Ya,
get a
bueno.
finish onto anybody. He uses it right there. He
Pero
doesn't get the
tampoco nos
final
ha
hit,
ido-
which pretty much makes him just a
Nos
fish
ha ido bien
out
en
of
los
water
entrenamientos
there.
contra ellos
And
estos días
that
realmente,
was just
así que
kind of the
bueno.
nail in the casket.
Yeah, and you can see Basic flickering forward, still has
Dios.
that Athena shield, and he's just completely free hitting. He, you know, it's almost back like the M4 Basic when he was on the Valley, and man, look at the rich guy. Basic is there, but the sandbag coming in from Victor, I believe he was the one. He did so much damage too, 23% damage dealt, and that is really, really close when you compare the damage with Basic and Demon there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, because he just sat there the whole time, just spam first skill, sit in the middle of 4 people. The damage starts to rack up. It's never a killing blow. It's never anything like
Bueno,
that. But then
primera
he
victoria,
plays
chicos.
close behind the
Pasamos
people
a-
essentially, and have taken the most damage.
Pasamos a
Victor, like you
semifinales.
said, yes, you can't see a
Y
light.
nada, seguramente nos tocará contra BTK, que tiene que jugar su
Huge
partido,
that
pero
match
bueno,
now. We
de
go back into the very
momento
first series.
de momento
Avalon was able
pasamos
to
a
take care of this
semifinales.
team fight. It was a 5
Así que
versus
bueno,
4, and they got
que
the
serán
way of the
mañana,
bracket, but it just
y
did
a ver
not
qué
seem
pasa.
enough. They mopped the floors and continued to push forward.
Pues bueno, chicos, nada, yo
on the
termino
cheat
por
code
aquí por hoy,
09 right here. He
ya que a
has
mí me
pretty much
toca
all
analizar
the
el
kill
resto de
participation.
partidos.
We talked about it.
Me toca
Basic just
analizar
having clean games overall.
lo
Second
que
game
va a
up
hacer
two
hoy
tracks,
o lo que
Marky
haga
T,
hoy BTK, lo que haga Hayo
Yeah,
Brothers.
this was that big
Así
play
que
from
bueno,
DPR.
para
This is
mí
when
termina el
77,
directo,
we thought there was a big
terminamos
chance
con el
they were
directito.
gonna be able to come back with the reverse
Y
sweep.
me
They
toca
came in
pues
strong,
ahora
and
que
we're
gaste los diamantes, mañana los gasto, no
6
pasa nada.
minutes. I mean,
Y
here in game 3, when everything came down to it, Avalon-
Y pues nada,
Didn't even
mañana
notice
nos
that
tocará
pin
probablemente
from
contra
Tarzan on Mark
Mobasein,
Cutie.
así
Even
que
though it
mañana
didn't,
estaremos
like,
aquí
it didn't get the
para
kill, it
para
made it so
seguir
much
guerreando y nada, de
involved
momento yo me
in that
voy, que me
fight
toca
when
trabajar
everybody
unas
was low
cuantas
health.
horitas de
Because if Mark
madrugada.
Cutie could have, he would have got the finish on
Así
the all 3 of those
que
members of
pues nada
Avalon.
más, chicos,
Tarzan
muchísimas
finds
gracias a todos por el
time
apoyo.
so that
Nos
Basic
vemos mañana en el próximo directo. Un besito a todos y muchas gracias por el apoyo y hasta el próximo directo.
Putting Toinks back